Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Adventure Archive. Tonight we are presenting, as you know, Mork Borg, the doom metal apocalyptic OSR game designed by Pelle Nielsen and Johan Nor, published by Free League, an amazing book if you don't have it yet. And I am joined, as always, by Jess as Nagel, Ryan as Nifel, Ducky as Abhorred Denies the Flesh, or Abe for short, Janelle as Hargha, and they are the four that are going to delve further into this catacomb that exists in this graveyard that they find themselves in. So before we get going, there's a couple shout outs I would like to make. Feel free, Ryan, if you want to just shout everybody out. Gilda Troll, yourself, Ducky, all of the awesome people in the chat as well. And Heimat der Katastrophe, the amazing soundtrack you're listening to right now, at least one of the tracks, composed by Noel. They allowed us to use this during the game, so go check them out. And also McGlintock, who is the developer. We are running Foundry, and he developed this Mork Borg system for use with Foundry, so special thanks. There's a recent update, actually. So now we can actually roll initiative how Mork Borg initiative works, meaning it's a D6, and then we can do individual after that. But that is it. We got a misery, our first misery, which you guys are stuck in this this graveyard, so you have not yet to see. But that's okay, because I have not yet figured out how to interpret it. But yeah, anything else we need to talk about before we get this game going? Nobody?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we got maybe like late stuff, but
Okay. Ryan's mug. What's your mug? You got you got the mug. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Appropriate.
very appropriate.
So for those of you who have not joined us, I will go through the characters very quickly, just so you know who is playing who. Jess is playing Nagel, who is a esoteric hermit, right?
Yes.
And what exactly is an esoteric hermit?
I mean,
Kind of classes here are a little bit different. It's sort of like a wizard, I guess you could call it, to a degree. They're not really a one-to-one from something like D&D or your traditional ones. And then we have Nifel playing, Ryan playing Nifel, who is a dead god's prophet. And I think that name is pretty self-explanatory. But who is this dead god that you are the prophet for?
My dead god is Nost, the
Nost.
Herald of Panic.
Nost. Awesome. And then we have Ducky playing Abhorred Denies the Flesh, or Abe, as we like to call him, who is a pale one. And a pale one's actually like an odd being. They're not really human. They're otherworldly. And you can see he's wearing something over his face. Do you want to tell people what you're wearing on your face and why?
I'm wearing a little part of home. It's part of the eggshell I hatched out of.
Yes. You heard that right. He did hatch from an egg. And then Janelle as Hargha. Tell us about Hargha.
Hargha is an occult herb master. She's constantly collecting stuff in order to turn them into potions every morning.
I know. And what was she collecting last session?
She may have been collecting some organs from a recently murdered human.
Right, exactly. So on that note, let's do a brief recap. So these four, they had visions or dreams or something. They're not quite sure. Memories of some kind. And they immediately woke in a graveyard. They soon discovered that graveyard was in fact Graven Tosk, which is a very mysterious, massive, immense graveyard in the center of Sarkash Forest. They don't know why they're here. All they have is their memories. They don't know each other. They're just kind of binding together from a like cause. So then what they did is they found this plague pit, and they found a tunnel leading below the earth. And so that is the closest place that they thought they should check out, so they did. And inside they found a catacomb. Various strange things there, including a waxy corpse in a sarcophagus, a hallway or a corridor full of statues with these very lifelike eyes that they were holding. And we had our first combat encounter. It was a mild one, but it was one nonetheless of a blood-slicked cannibal wearing a half skull for like a mask, and they dispatched him pretty quickly. Although he did beg for his life in the end. But alas, Nephel was like, kill. So that's what happened. And then they discovered a corpse down this compressed hallway where it appeared to be that this cannibal was holding up. And they discovered something that was kind of strange. So in the first corpse they found, he had these like iron eyeballs, and which Ducky or Abe took as a weapon for a sling. And in this corpse they found he had black eyes, and when they removed those, this apparition appeared and just started wailing, just drilling into their ears. That kind of drove them back out. And finally, exploring another corridor full of rubble, which they took some time to excavate, they found a small passage, as you see right here, a very small room. And in this room are 3 windows, and they're leading out to a very foggy courtyard. It's kind of hard to see what it is, but there's a fountain with, let me just move over the map so people can see. Well, I guess you can't because your vision's out of the way. But anyway, there's a fountain with these 4 cherubs, and they're holding up an urn, just completely surrounded by fog. But even more curious is a figure inside this room. And it is a head that appears to be hovering in the moonlight that is coming through these windows. And directly beneath him is his body that is rotted. But strangely enough, his face is not. He's tried to speak with him, but alas, he has no tongue. So he cannot form intelligible words. So Harghad decided to communicate, or attempt to communicate, and they got kind of a shaking of the head and a nodding of the head thing going on, but that is where we left off. So I will start at the top of the quote-unquote, initiative order with Nagel. What is Nagel up to right now?
She is. I don't know. We were just kind of like watching this guy, right? And
Right. You can tell me
trying
you're
to-
just observing. You don't have to do anything. I'm just kind of making the rounds.
yeah, I guess she's just observing for now.
Okay. So what is Nephel up to in this moment?
I think last time I had recently, myself and Arvand, had peeked out this window, and you said that it's basically just like fog, but peeking up seemed to be like stepping stones, and there's a fountain.
Yeah, so there's a fountain with these 4 cherub statues, and like I said, you hear laughter, the laughter of children periodically. But leading north from this this fountain are a bunch of pillars, and they're kind of just laying on each other. Some are upright, some are fallen, and they're just peeking up out of this very dense blanket of fog. So you really cannot see the ground. And they're leading to what appears to be another structure, and you can see a stone door there.
Oh, interesting.
And you can feel free to move your token to get better vision. I think if you move your guy a little bit lower, it should change the viewing angle.
I am unable to move him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? That'll help. I had the game paused.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So ooh, the door up to the top, the northern door there.
Yes.
All right.
And it is made of stone. There's no knobs or anything that you can see of. It just looks like a big stone slab.
So we've gone through the moonlight and nothing's happened to us, right?
Correct. You guys have passed through the moonlight.
All right. I would still like to duck beneath the moonlight.
Okay.
And I just want to like walk past this guy.
Okay.
And just kind of stroll as far as I can, and I'm stopped here. Is there a wall that I run?
Yeah,
into?
there's a wall there. So this is where the passage ends.
Gotcha. So,
And this head, he kind of, you know, he's kind of looking, he's tracking your movements a little bit. Not trying to speak at the moment.
Alright, well, I'll just continue to pace for now,
Okay.
looking at these windows.
All right, Abe. What is Abe up to? As he stands very, very near this this head.
Abe's gonna go ahead and check. Are there any footprints on the ground? Like maybe an indication someone's passed through here other than us?
So you do not see any footprints whatsoever, other than your own. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys did, as you kind of burrowed or made your way through the rubble. You did make quite a bit of footsteps through the dust as you made your way, because it is a pretty narrow corridor. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary that you can tell.
I'd like to go ahead and ask the head if it blocked that passage.
If it blocked it,
Yeah.
it shakes its head.
Okay. All right. I'll stand by and just kind of observe for now.
Okay. So Hargha, what is Hargha up to?
She addresses it again. You don't have any use for this body, do you?
He kind of his brows draw up in confusion, and then he looks down at it. Then he looks back up at you, and he hesitantly shakes his head. No. Are you making more potions out of this stuff? Man, you are gonna have some crazy corpse potion.
Is there anything you actually want to keep? A token or trinket that might be down there?
No, he shakes his head. No. Yeah, and as you kind of rifle through the body parts, the dried body parts, they're kind of stuck together and stiff. You don't really find anything. You find little shreds of clothing, bone dust, skin dust, et cetera, but nothing of substance, like any weapons or anything like that.
While I'm up close and personal, can I determine how long it's been there based on decomp?
Why don't you roll me a... Actually, you know what? You don't need a roll for that. It seems to be a very, very long time. I mean, as far as like actual time, it's difficult to tell. Everything's dried out. There's no more scent. It's to a degree, it's it's somewhat preserved, It's almost mummified a little bit, at least the parts that are, attached to each other. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be, eaten by rats. It's not a pile of bones. There's still some flesh there. But yeah, definitely long enough to go, dry. It could be, months to years. It's kind of tough to tell because of the preservation.
I'll address him again after straightening up slowly.
Okay. I love having an old lady in the party. So great.
She just don't give no, Should pass that. So, are you watching something or listening?
He nods.
First, both?
He nods. That's what it sounds like. You can't really make it out.
And when you watch, does it feel good?
He kind of thinks about it. It looks as though he's thinking about it a moment, and then he nods. But slowly, not vigorously. Kind of a slow, like a knowing nod, yeah.
But it doesn't cause you pain.
He nods, meaning it does cause him pain of some kind.
And it's...
You're guessing it's not physical pain, considering he's a floating head. Yeah.
Harga's gonna glance back at the other two and then across at Nifel. She's like... She's gonna cover one of her eyes.
Okay.
And slowly look.
You're gonna look out the window?
Yeah.
Okay, you look out the window and you see exactly what I described earlier. So there's a fountain rising from a very heavy blanket of fog with 4 cherubs holding an urn. And then, like I said, going north from that is a bunch of pillars rising from the fog. Almost as if like stepping stones, even though some of them are kind of cocked at weird angles and stuff. It looks as though it could be used as a bridge, possibly. However, a very dangerous bridge.
She's gonna remove her hand and look.
And you don't feel any different. You just, apart from the sight, what you see, you don't feel better or worse or hypnotized or anything. And your head is still attached.
Ah, shucks. Okay. Well, she's gonna step back and ponder for a while.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, periodically as you guys stand here and you're just looking out the window and addressing this guy, he continues to try to communicate with you. And after some time, he seems to become disheartened and he kind of gives up. And as I said, his head slumps as much as it can without shoulders. But then he always, at some point he goes back to looking out the window. And the look on his face, it's as if he's just reliving happy moments, let's say. He has a very calm, there's a slight curl of a smile at the corner of his lips. But he seems to be very much so at peace, ignoring all of you at this point.
So he's ahead.
He's
And
ahead.
it's a slice of moonlight that his head is just kind of like on, right?
Well, it's kind of like cutting down, I'd say like mid-wall, and that head exists somewhere in that range. So it's not like there's a clean cut, right? Yeah. Where the light is,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm tired of this woman. And I walk in front of the head and I just like poke him in his forehead.
With your
Is
finger?
there something we can do for you?
He kind of looks up at your finger and then looks back down at you and he nods.
What?
He opens his mouth and starts to try to speak again, but once again, because he has no tongue, you cannot seem to really understand him.
Well, I'm tired of this. Are we moving on or what?
I have what I need. Or as much as I can.
Okay, so the only way out of this room is the way you came in, through the pile of rubble, which you must climb up about halfway to crouch through.
How small are the windows?
They're pretty small. I don't know, like maybe a foot. They're similar in size to the ones that you that were in your little crypt that you woke in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my stake.
Okay.
I'm just gonna smash one.
All of them, or just the one you're near right now?
Let's say the one that he can see out the best.
Okay, so that center one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you smash it. Glass falls to the ground. And it's surprisingly loud. as it clatters to the stone floor. And his eyes widen a little bit more, and you see the fog just start to, like, in tendrils, creep over the windowsill down onto the floor to join the rest of it that's there. But other than that, nothing happens.
Then can I grab his head?
If you sure, I mean, he's floating there. You can try.
Can I pluck it off the wall?
Yeah, so you grasp him on the side of the head, I guess, and you start to lift him away. And you can see immediately as you do this, he seems to be in distress. His eyes widen again, his brows draw up. He's kind of like, you can feel his head quivering in your hands.
But am I able to move him though?
Yeah, you can move him. And you're still in the moonlight, by the way.
Should I not be?
Well, I'm just saying that's where you are. So you're holding him in the moonlight.
Gotcha. Can I take him out of the moonlight?
Yeah, of course, if you want to. So you're just
Yeah.
gonna hold his head out of the moonlight. Okay.
I just want to like move him out of the moonlight.
Yeah, you move it out of the moonlight, and you can see immediately that his flesh begins to lose all moisture. He begins to shrivel. He's starting to quiver, shaking his head vigorously, almost to the where you have no control. Like he's just a strange amount of power for something without a neck.
Gotcha.
He's continuing to rot as you do this.
So I'm gonna stick him back in the moonlight.
Okay, as you do this, you see that his flesh slowly begins to return to its, more or less healthy state.
All right. Then I'm gonna put him out of the moonlight,
Same thing happens.
and then I'm
So-
gonna put him back in the moonlight.
Are you writing? Are you? Is this the hokey pokey?
Avance! Look at this. All right. What are we doing with it?
I was going to leave him. We
This
have
seems-
2 more corridors to investigate.
He seems
You want
content
this?
where he is.
You girl, what do you think?
I'm sick of this corridor. I think we should go. And I'm gonna start to move towards the rubble.
Okay.
Is there a sill on the window?
Yeah, it's one of those that kind of like, it's like a deep depression, and it sort of angles up. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a very thick stone wall, and then you have to kind of like reach in a little bit to get the window. It's not like right on the surface.
Is there enough of a sill that I could put his head actually like out the window, like sitting so it looks out the window?
Yeah, you could probably balance it there. There could be a danger that it might fall forward or backward. But yeah, I mean, there's enough there. I got, if you move away some of the glass shards that remain from the one you broke, yeah, you could leave
Yeah.
it there.
I'll smash the rest of it out with the
Okay.
stake, and I'll just tell him, "Let me make it easier for you." And I'll actually stick it. It's still in the moonlight like that, right?
Yes. Yeah, the
Yeah,
moonlight's
so
coming through the
I'll put
window.
him like in the window, looking out in the moonlight,
Yeah. Okay.
and leave him there.
Because you do so, and his hair is just trailing down the sill, not quite to the floor because of the the grade, but yeah, his head is on the sill. So what do you guys? Are you gonna follow Nagel down the corridor? Okay. Well, you guys have free movement, so if you'd like me to describe anything, just feel free to, tell me as you go. So yeah, you guys make your way back the way you came. And then when you hang a right, you end up at the intersection. So you guys came from the north. That's where the alcove statues are. You have not explored east or south yet.
Well, I chose the last direction. One of you choose this one.
Have we even rested yet?
No, I'd say it's well, you guys did like a short rest.
Gotcha.
But the feeling in your bones is that you still have some more day to go. Not much, maybe a few hours. But you can start to feel even despite you took that short rest, you can start to feel the gravity pull at you. Your weary, weary bones. So what would you guys like to do at this intersection?
Can we hear anything new? Is the thing still yelling?
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
Yeah, where you're standing now, pretty much all you can hear is the breathing of the people around you. It's very, very quiet, and your feet scraping on the stone.
Well,
Let's just go this way.
what is it?
And I'm gonna start walking.
All right, Nagel starts heading south.
I follow the lady with the light.
Maybe I shouldn't make the GM take the lead. So yeah, you keep going down this corridor. It's constructed very similar to everything you've seen. There is some strange curves and bends, and then you see that it starts to branch off this way. Are you going to keep continuing?
Yeah,
Okay.
careful.
And remember, you're carefully, so you're keeping your eyes and your ears open.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I should. Oh, Kebabra. Oh, thank you. We hit our community goal, our follower goal of 250, which means what? We get to play Tomb of Mercy. So thank you very much for putting us over the top for that one. Nice. Yes, it is designed by Source of Victory. Go check out his stuff. Amazing, amazing guy. So, awesome. Lots of hype. Lots of ham in the chat. Evil ham. Perfect. So, yeah, you guys make your way down this corridor. Are you just going to keep following it until you see something?
Yeah, peeking around that corner.
Oh, you see something.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You're gonna
stay
sta-
back, but definitely be peeking.
You're going to stay back and peek around the corner. Okay. So, as you peek around the corner, you see a circular room. And there's something strange about it. There's a mysterious light. And it's as if the dome-like ceiling is just pierced by hundreds upon hundreds of holes. And moonlight is streaming through those, as well as fog just kind of dripping down to the floor like worms. And as you follow those worm-like tendrils of fog down to the floor, you see a circular table, a wooden circular table at the center. And around this table are seated 3 skeletons. They seem to be afflicted by the same fog-like tendrils. And they don't seem to notice you. They do appear to be conversing with themselves. But all you hear is the chattering of teeth. And as they speak, more fog kind of drifts out their mouth. But no voices, no words. That's what you can see from here. And like I said, they do not seem to have noticed you yet.
Definitely gonna halt the party if
Okay.
I am able to.
What? Why'd you stop?
There's strange room. Skeletons.
And it's odd because they're sitting in chairs, right? They're sitting around this table as if they were having a drink together or playing
Talking.
cards, and they're conversing. Yeah, they're all talking to each other. At least that's what it appears to be. You can see their jaws opening and closing, but instead of words, you just hear the clack of teeth.
Strange talking skeletons.
Hey, McGlinthlock, man, glad you can make it.
Talking. Are you sure you haven't been afflicted by anything? And she kind of like waves her hand in front of Naples' face.
I can't be certain. Why don't you check? I'm gonna
Oh,
go back a little. Well, I guess I need to stay there for the light.
Okay.
just poke my head. Her eyes go wide.
Yeah, so you see this same thing.
She falls. She scuttles back, probably
Okay.
hilariously.
Okay.
Nifel, perhaps your friend knows something about this? Maybe you'd like to talk.
I'm gonna step forward past everybody, and I'm actually gonna take Arvant
Okay.
and have him peek around the corner a little bit.
Are you looking around the corner or just Arvant? You're just holding them out
Just
there?
Arvant.
Okay.
What did you say? Oh, well, that is interesting. Then I'm just gonna like peek real quick and then be like, no, I am none aware of these things.
Okay. And what about Abe? Is he, you kind of hear all of your, your companions talking about what they're seeing in there. Are you hanging back or are you doing anything?
I'm just slightly hanging back, just trying to get a little peek around the corner.
Okay.
Does it sound like there's any more kind of chattering, or just those?
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It doesn't sound like any more than maybe 3 chattering sets of teeth might make.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody who decided to look, why don't you roll me a presence check of 12? Which is all of you.
Shouldn't have peeked. I should have just left Arvant.
I'm gonna bless
there.
it.
Oh, I should have said that. Oops.
Yep, I'm definitely blessing my presence roll.
Nice. So you got where is Nefel's? So you got 12, right? You got an 8?
That's cool.
I rolled an 8. I still need to roll 1d4.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's Fargo's, yeah. Oh, and you got a 12, Fargo. Both of you guys. Okay, so when you guys kind of stuck your head around the corner, you did notice that as one of the skeletons kind of shifted his weight back in the chair, there appears to be a lockbox of some kind sitting at the center of the table. They don't seem to be paying any mind to it, but it is there. It's probably about 10 inches or so, maybe a foot in width. Looks to be made of wood. Doesn't look to be anything, out of the ordinary in the realm of lockboxes. But you do notice something else. One of them, he starts speaking a little bit more intensely, or his teeth start clacking more intensely. And as he does so, he waves a hand up into the air that he had on the table that was occluded by his body. And you see that it's this strange dagger. It has almost what looks like a key coming out of the pommel. And the other one, as he waves up the key, the other one waves up his fist, and then in that fist, it's almost like a small scythe, but it's completely made of the fog that just encircles him.
That's a whole lot of nope. It is. It's nope.
No.
But then they all kind of calm down and they, put their hands back on the table and resume very, what appears to be a normal or pleasant conversation.
What is with this graveyard? Dead doesn't stay dead. This does not look good. No. I have no interest in going in there. None.
I must agree, but where else are we going?
We have one more corridor.
What say you, boy?
There could be worse. There could be better. There's only one way to find out.
What I like most about you is your decisiveness.
So yeah, just to remind you guys, there's one more passageway you didn't explore at the intersection, and then in the room that had the sarcophagus that Nephel took the gem out of the chest, there was another northern passageway there as well. So you guys making your way back?
Making our way back.
All right.
Thanks.
And where are you guys gonna go? Are you gonna decide to go east?
I think so.
Okay. So I guess the torchbearer must, or the lantern bearer must go first.
Yes, cautiously.
Okay. Once
Right.
again, same kind of nothing out of the ordinary. Corridor goes on and on. You don't hear anything. You don't smell anything. You don't
Oh.
see anything until you reach the end of this corridor. And
This looks familiar.
you see it, yeah, it kind of, turns going north. And then as well, there's something similar about this. It's kind of reminiscent of where you saw the cannibal, where he squeezed through. However, this is much more narrow. You could probably get maybe at most a hand. But that's all you guys can see. You kind of see, from where you're still standing, about 10 feet or so away. You see a little glimmer of light, though, coming at the very end of it. But that's about it.
Well,
I won't be fitting in there.
Yeah, nobody will. So you guys gonna head
No.
north?
yeah.
Okay. So as you make it north, you see that this corridor abruptly turns to the west. And what you see is this. You can see beyond it, but right in front of you is this cobweb-like substance that is stretched across the entry to this passage beyond. You can barely make through it. It's almost like looking through frosted glass, but it has a membranous kind of texture to it. And it appears to be moving ever so slightly. Whether it's by your frantic breathing at the sight of it, or some unseen wind, or some life, you're not sure. But beyond that corridor, or beyond it, you see what looks to be an unfinished passage. You can see the end of it. Are you guys going to get any closer at all, or are you going to kind of hang back?
I feel like a little kid when your mom walks away in the store, because I got lost and I can't find the light, and I'm just like running up and down the hallways.
I can.
And I
I'll
can.
get on the intercom.
I can. Let me see if I can find you. Where are you? Did you find your way back yet? There you go. Where the hell did you go? Oh, wait, no.
I think I'm way up top.
That's
or
the
something.
dead
Yeah.
cannibal. Yeah. Go down. Okay, there you go. Go right. Wait.
To the
Oh, yeah. The panic you feel.
Oh,
The problem is
man.
my parents used to like hide in those clothes racks and then wait till I started crying and then jump out and be like, well, you should have stayed with us, huh?
Isn't
Yeah.
it supposed to be the other way around?
No.
I
Hey,
didn't
go.
know.
No.
Don't wander off.
Thank you for the light, girl.
All right, you found you found
I mean,
wandering
Nifel, I'm Nagel.
Nifel. So yeah, as you guys make your way back, you see this Nifel. You see exactly what I described. It's this kind of membranous, almost cobweb-like thing that is stretching wall to wall, ceiling to floor. And as you, so you got right next to it and then backed up. Then as you you can see who's there. It looks like it's Nagel's there. I'd say Abe and Harg. I say you guys can all see this. Nifel's kind of around the corner. But in this unfinished corridor, you can see that it's very cavern-like, very similar to the entryway from the plague pit, right? Until it became like finished. And at the very end of this corridor, you see that they were trying to excavate it, and it abruptly stopped. There's a bunch of stones and other various kinds of rubble at the foot of it. But what you do see, just kind of ensconced in that wall, is a skull. And in that skull's mouth appear to be 2 rolled pieces of parchment sticking in its eyes, out of its eyes. But also on the floor, you see another skeleton laying there. No flesh, no preservation whatsoever, like the body of the old man you found. And its head is almost in a pool of liquid. And there's almost like a pinprick of moonlight coming down, just illuminating that liquid. So it almost has like this phosphorescence glow to it. But that is what you see.
I'm gonna just gently blow in the direction of the thing.
From against the wall?
Yeah, from way the back here.
Way the fuck back. So that's about 10 feet away. So you do exhale your Harga breath. Nothing seems to happen though.
Which, by the way, smells real bad.
Real bad?
Yeah, no, tooth care, not a big thing.
Big same.
Missing
Thank you, Brad.
multiple teeth. Well, I've always found scrolls to be useful. Anyone have a large stick?
I do, in fact. And I pull out my breaking stick, my stake.
Oh, your stake? Okay. So that's,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little bit shorter than a short sword or something like that. Kind
Yeah,
of between
I
a short
assume
sword
it
and
was
a
kinda
dagger. Yeah.
It's like that, right?
Yeah. So you would have to get pretty close to it if you would want to prod this thing, Harga.
Tall one. Do you still have some pebbles?
I could toss a stone at it.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and take a small stone and just kind of underhand it.
Okay. You underhand a stone at it, and it hits it, and then there's like a slight give, almost like a trampoline, or if you're throwing something at a sheet on a clothesline. And it, you can see some activity happen around the impact, the point of impact, but nothing else happens, and the stone just drops to the floor.
Interesting.
What kind of activity? Just like ripples or?
It's kind of like I said, it's almost like a membrane. So it's very, very thin and translucent, but there's like just layers inside of it that are kind of shifting over one another.
Does it go floor to ceiling?
Yeah, floor to ceiling. Yeah, there's small gaps kind of here and there, but nothing large enough for you to fit through.
Ooh.
And as you sit there, you notice the stone begins to smoke a little bit, like a.
I'll take another step back, keeping an eye on the stone.
So I have a grappling hook.
Okay.
Do I have just the hook, or is it attached to a rope?
I would say it's attached to a rope. Otherwise,
All right.
it's kind of a shitty grappling hook. But yeah, I say you have a rope. I'd say you have, I don't know, what, like 10 feet maybe? Let's just
10
say
feet
10
rope?
feet.
Didn't
Let's
you
just
get
say
rope
10
from the
feet.
pit?
I don't know if did you take that rope? I don't remember. I know you and Nagel both found a noose. 10 feet of rope with a noose.
Oh, I don't.
I don't know
I
if
don't
you
have it
took
in my
it or not.
inventory, so I didn't take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So then I will pull this out of my backpack because I have one of those. A pack underneath my newly fine clothing. And I will eye it up, kind of hold it like I'm gonna throw it, and then I'm gonna say, "Boy, why don't you throw this?"
All right, I'll go ahead and take it, swing it, and chuck it right towards the middle.
I back up.
Okay. Is everyone where they are?
No, I definitely gave it to him, and then
And then got the fuck out.
GTFO.
Okay, so you guys are all standing back. Okay, you're moving down. Nagel's moving down. Abe, you're hanging out there. Okay, so you swing the grappling hook, and it kind of hooks into it. And you hear sort of this psst, sizzling sound as it hangs there. And it's poked like a very small hole where it hooked into.
And it's still stuck in there?
Yeah, it's stuck in there. It's kind of like one of the prongs hooked into it, and you can see where it did. It actually did cut through, but the weight of it wasn't enough to kind of pull it all the way down. So it's just sitting there. But you did see it made like, a pretty decent size hole, maybe like a baseball size hole where it's hanging down from. But you do hear the very distinct sound of hissing metal. Very hot. Sounds like acid burning.
Before it dissolves, I'm gonna try to go around the corner a little bit and
Okay.
tug as hard as I can to see if I can make a larger hole in it.
Okay. So you pull, and yeah, it does give. And so the grappling hook clatters to the floor, and you pull it toward you, and you can see one of the prongs is damaged. So it's kind of almost a blunt end. And then when you look around, you do see that the hole is larger. It's not quite, it may be like head size, or I guess 2 heads tall, let's say. But it did not completely split this.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it back to Nephel. Good as new.
And as you're standing there, there was like another, like a spatter right after you like pulled the grappling hook. And it looked like a spray of something hit the ground in front of you. And little like, steam or smoke is rising from the spot on the stone floor.
As he's like handing it back to me, I'm just gonna say, "Well, it's ruined now, boy. Just throw it again."
I'll go ahead and try to throw it through the hole, see if I can maybe hook it from the
Okay.
other side.
Why don't you roll
Let's put
me?
some-
Why don't
put
you
some
roll me?
gusto into this one?
Roll me an attack roll. Just standard difficulty. And remember, you got to if you want to bless it, let me know ahead of time. Oh yeah, you guys use blesses. I need to take some blesses off, right?
No.
Who used the bless?
I-
Ryan used the bless. I know
You said-
Harga used the bless. What's up?
Attack roll?
Yeah, do me an attack roll like you're trying to sling it in there. Or you can just roll me a d20, and then why don't you know what? Why don't you do your agility? Let's do that.
Okay.
So DR12. Jess, did you use a bless?
No, not yet.
No. Ducky, did you use one? I can't remember.
I did not. I should have though.
No worries. No, I mean before.
Oh, before? No.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah, what'd you roll?
A 5.
A 5. Okay. So yeah, you miss the hole pretty terribly. It hits another part of this thing, hooks in, luckily with another prong, pulls a hole, but then again you hear the hissing metal.
I'll go ahead and yank it back quick again.
And
to
as soon
measure
as
dissolve.
you yank it back, there's a spray that comes from it, a very fine mist, and then it falls to the ground and hisses on the stone. Missed the hole, yeah. So yeah, now there's a hole in there. It's about the same size, I'd say, like a baseball. Let's say it's not quite the head size hole. But now there are 2 holes in this membranous thing.
Whatever this is, we should not touch it.
Arga's going to step forward a bit
Okay.
and pour some of the water in her water skin into her hand,
Okay.
cup or whatever container she has, and from a decent step away, chuck it at it.
Okay. You chuck it at it. It hits it. Just kind of trickles down the side of it. There doesn't seem to be any reaction to the water.
Well, that was useless.
You got to try though, right?
Takes it, puts it back in her.
So what is Nagel up to as she's standing there with his lantern observing all this?
I have my femur.
You have a
I
femur.
might-
There's a lot of femurs around here, so if you guys want to just, go femur wild, then go for it. You'll find plenty. Just go back to the plague pit.
So it's like this thing is like emitting an acid.
It seems to be so. Upon impact or any kind of disturbance beyond water,
It sprays acid.
it kind of it sprays it out, yeah, and it seems to be dissolving anything that touches it.
Okay. Like how far?
About 5 feet. So about the distance from if you're right in front of it, in the square in front of it. So if you're 10 feet away, it probably can't miss you, or may hit you. You can see the pock marks on the floor in the stone.
Okay. Then I am not going to prod it with my femur.
Okay.
Maybe we should have kept Cannibal around. Could have sent him running through this thing.
I mean, his body's still there.
We could throw it.
Might dispose of it nicely.
You're not wrong.
2 birds, 1 membrane. I suppose. Shall we? And she starts shuffling back.
Okay, yeah, you guys don't need to walk all the way back to the body. The body is still there. I believe it's intact, right? You didn't cut off any body parts, you just took the organs out, right?
No, I just sliced it navel
Okay.
across the tummy.
So yeah, it takes you a little bit of time. Who's all going back to drag this body? And remember, it's like covered in blood. The blood's just, and leaking from the head and belly up area from Harga. So you guys are dragging like there's a big trail of blood.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, juicy. It's very juicy.
I feel like we'd all have to go since I have the light. Unless you guys wanted to sit in darkness.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys don't need to move your tokens. We can just theater of the mind this. We don't need to.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, then
You guys are all
let's
gonna
just
help?
go
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
All right, you guys all
Argo
go
will
back. Yeah, you all
as
go
much
back.
as she can.
You bring the body back, no problem. Your hands are just sticky with blood and other fluids, I guess. So now you have this body. What are you gonna do?
Well then, Let's try and stand him on his feet. Make him lean into it. Yes. At least he takes it with him. He falls forward.
We could throw him also.
I'm not that strong. And she holds up her old granny arm with the flab.
True, none of us are very strong. Well, I have light. You want to help stand? And she's gonna like nod to Nifel.
Hey, Sursa, how's it going, man? Welcome. Okay, so you have the
And
body,
Abe.
and what are you gonna do?
We're gonna try and like have it stand up and then push
Push
it
it
forward.
forward?
Forwards.
Okay.
It falls into.
And that's both you and Nagel, right? And then I'm guessing Abe and Nifel they're still kind of tucked back down the corridor. Or I guess Nifel is Abe's kind of backed up.
Go
Well,
ahead.
so yeah, Harga said she's old and Nagel has the light, so I kind of assumed it was more like me and Abe that were.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I mean, she could put
Yeah.
she could put the lantern down, you know. It doesn't have to be her holding it the whole time. No, shake it, you know, you're not
I
into
need
it.
to hold it. I really
Yeah.
should probably hold it.
All right, boy. Let's throw this corpse through this thing.
All right, so let me know how close are you guys getting when you make this throw, when you try to heave ho this corpse. Are you like 5 feet away? Are you 10 feet away attempting to throw it? Because it is, you know, it's a full-grown man, maybe about, I don't know, 160 pounds ish, pretty lean, but it's, you know, it's considerable weight to throw.
Well, so Harga took a bunch of weight out of his insides, right?
All right, let's say whatever kidneys. I guess you know how much kidneys weigh, right? Whatever kidneys
Yeah, it all
and
depends. Up to 17 pounds.
Up to
I
17
found out.
pounds.
Yeah.
all right, let's say he's still north of, you know,
Right.
120.
I kind of assumed we would do like a arm, ankle, one of these like
Okay.
1, 2,
Okay.
and then fucking just run the other direction.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to take our Vaunt, and I'm going to walk over to Harga, and I'm going to say, "You will guard him with your life."
Whatever's left of it, sure.
Yeah, just take it.
And
And
she'll
I will let
hold
her
him.
hold our Vaunt.
Oh, feels like a skull. You're wondering why he's talking to it all the time. You don't hear any voices.
It is precious to me. And
You
then
don't say.
yeah, I think as far back as we feasibly think we can get. We don't need it to like really like we just kind of need to push it, like get it through, right?
So this is, you know, the corridor is about where this thing stretches across. It's only about 5 feet. So you're gonna have to stand probably, you know, at the corner. You guys would have to be kind of diagonal there to throw it. So you're gonna have to throw it probably about 5 feet. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is make a strength test with advantage, because both of you guys are doing it. So whoever wants to roll that die, whoever has the best strength modifier, might want to do it.
I have a +0.
Perfect. What about Abe? What's he got?
+0.
All right. Well, so it's a toss-up. So, yeah, advantage just like D&D. So 2d20, and then take the better of the two.
Go
I'll-
for it. You have more blesses than me.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
could
say,
always
I'm gonna
just
go ahead and-
pre-bless.
I'm gonna bless this.
You have more
Blesses in the chat.
I only have 9 blesses.
Hey,
Hey,
no, I now have
Jables.
10 blesses. Woo!
Oh, man.
Aw.
Ryan and
Thank you,
Janelle,
Jables.
thank you, man. Much appreciated. Okay, so Ryan gets a bless. Janelle gets a bless. Ducky is -1 bless, right? You're going to bless your roll?
Indeed, yes.
All right. So go for it. Oh, look at that.
Do I still bless it?
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
you
all
got to
right.
use it, but it's fine.
Give me a 4. I'll take it.
Okay, so you guys successfully heave ho, you guys toss this guy through the narrow corridor into this strange membranous thing. And his arm hooks into one of the holes. So luckily, and it starts to tug it down. And you can see that like where the arm makes contact, the membrane starts to kind of like go across the flesh and pulling the body. So the body's basically like hooked in an armpit. So the bottom of him is kind of like slumped on the floor, and it's slowly pulling him to his feet, and it's rising up into the membrane, and you can slowly see it overcoming him, like overtaking his body, becoming one with his flesh. And you do see this because this is translucent. You see fluid and flesh and even bits of bone start to like move through this thing in every direction, as if you can see through just like capillaries or veins or something. And as this happens, it's very, very slowly, but you guys can see that these holes begin to slowly shrink.
We just healed the fucker.
It appears this is going to take a long time though. So you can see a very slight closure of these holes as this body is completely dissolved.
Were the holes starting to close up before we threw the body?
No, they weren't.
It seems to be healing it.
Hey, DM's Adventures Tavern, thank you for the raid. We are playing Mork Borg, and if you don't know what Mork Borg is, it is an OSR game by Pelle Nielsen and Johan Nor, published by Free League. It's a grimdark OSR game, if you will. And we have these 4 characters who woke in a graveyard, trying to discover why they are here, trying to maybe find a way out, answers something. And so they found themselves in this catacomb. And right now they are face to face with a strange membrane-like thing that is stretched across the corridor, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And beyond that is an unfinished cave with a skull embedded in the wall, with 2 scrolls poking out of its eyes. Well, its eye sockets. So thanks again, everybody. Welcome. Hope you hang out. So what are you guys going to do as you stand and watch this body be slowly dissolved into this membrane?
Can I go ahead and try to use the grappling hook to pull the body out?
Grab his ankle. Yes.
Yeah, so he's pretty much upright at this point. So it's almost like he's, starfished onto this membrane. So it's not like his leg is coming out on the floor. So yeah, you can attempt to do that. It just may be a difficult shot, and I'd probably ask you to do I will ask you to do another attack roll if you want to attempt something like that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try it. I'll bless this one too.
Alrighty. And remember, it's let's say it's agility, since you're trying to do something very specific. Hand-to-eye coordination. Okay, so again, unfortunately you miss. Thankfully you do hit the body though. It doesn't hook, so it doesn't seem to be damaging the grappling hook any further. But it just clatters to the ground. There's no spray of acid. The body just continues to turn to mush.
Well, we tried water. Why don't we try fire?
Yes,
I
we
look
have
at
a
Nagel.
goddamn lantern.
Have more
Okay.
oil.
Yeah, do you guys have oil or anything?
Yeah,
Has
I
my
have
filter.
lantern oil.
Okay. And remember, there's
guess
also I shouldn't be giving you guys hints, I guess, but there's also the because this is your memory. There is the passageway where you found the body that was kind of wrapped in the burlap, tied up in the chains. So there is cloth there. There's no kindling or anything. You just found that circle of stones with a dead campfire.
And I just rip off a piece of like the old fabric I had, but like before I switched to my fine clothes.
Okay. Are you wearing those
And-
fine clothes now? Are you
Oh
like?
fuck yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So like my whole thing, I put it on right away. I stripped that body naked and I put on those fine clothes. My whole thing, I have this thing called Lord of Nothing. I wear bizarre arrangements of garments and scraps that make me look like a parody of a king or queen, and I gain a +2 on rolls to impress the evilly fooled. So like the fine clothes just help the whole kingly look, but I still have like the random scraps from before that just like, So I still
That's
have a bunch of
awesome.
clothes before I switch to this. So like, it definitely take up some of those. Is there a rock nearby?
Sure. There's rocks everywhere, little stones, pebbles, all that. Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm gonna take out my stake, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna wrap the end in that fabric.
Okay.
I just need enough to like poke something,
Okay.
and then I'll hold it out towards Hargha. For the oil, old woman.
This is not the reason I made it, but I guess it'll work. And I take it out and I try to like just douse it so that, and I'm being careful too, so it actually like saturates instead of
Okay.
just pours over and off. But no,
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
happy
need
with
any
this.
rolls. You guys have plenty of time, and there's nothing chasing you, so you can definitely make this torch light.
I stick it in Nagel's lantern. Wait for it to catch. So I want to be. I don't want to be this close. I just. Oh, and I have retrieved Arvant from Hargosh.
Okay.
Um,
Of course, yeah. You missed him
Did you-
dearly.
I did. He is my friend. My only friend. So, old woman, can you splash a bit of that oil on the body?
Hey, Nagel, would
So-
you mind moving up? I will say that you're not there, but I just want to make sure that the light... Yeah, there we go. So everyone can see.
She takes the last drag bit and just splashes it
Okay.
where she can.
And a little on the membrane too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't
Sprinkle,
seem...
sprinkle.
There doesn't seem to be any resistance to this, yeah.
So then I kind of get close enough where I can kind of like just like chuck it at it so
Mhm.
that the end hits
Okay.
the part that's got oil on it, and then I fucking nope out.
All right, you do this. You toss it forward, and the fire ignites the oil, and the oil crawls up the membrane, and it starts to just fall away like cobwebs, melting the wall. It drops the body completely, not fully consumed, and the flames just continue to crawl up it, reach the ceiling until it catches the other side, and it kind of just shrivels down to the other opposite wall. And the way is clear.
Yeah.
They have a habit of making things harder than they need to be, apparently.
This long.
So I can't erase this thing. But you should be able to pass through it.
Okay. I'm gonna very carefully go forward.
Yeah, you go in, and as I said, you see there's a brilliant pool of water caught in moonlight coming from a pinprick, like a crack in the ceiling, trailing down into it, giving it this very phosphorescent kind of glow to it. There's a skeleton lying with almost its mouth. It's like it's in it, as if it were trying to drink before it died. And then at the end of the unfinished room, you see a skull with a scroll in each eye socket. And it looks as though it wasn't put here. It looks as though it was discovered, because the rock around it is very height. You know, it's almost as if the earth itself grew around this skull. Hey,
Oh, what
thanks
you
for
waiting
stopping by, everybody. Appreciate it. DM's Adventure Tavern. Sorry, Harga, what were you saying?
What are you waiting for? Go on then. And she'll kind of like, meh.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's nothing obstructing your path, so people can do what they want to do. If you want to do anything specific, just let me know.
I think I'd want to maybe hop over the water, like making sure to avoid the,
Yeah,
the drip.
you don't need to roll. It's small enough. There's actually no drip of water. It's like the
It's
moonlight.
just the light.
There's like a
okay.
crack above you, and it's like moonlight just streaming down right into this pool of water. It's very
Shallow.
shallow. It's a puddle.
Okay. And I'm gonna make my way to a scroll.
Okay. So as I said, you see 2 scrolls, one in each eye socket.
I wanna try to take the one in the left eye socket.
Okay. You pluck it out,
Okay.
and you have a scroll in your hand. And
I'm gonna open it.
okay. Why don't you roll me a 1d2?
Okay.
Flip of a coin.
I don't see that option. How do I?
You can just roll a 1d4. I think if you type, what is it,
here we go.
R
You
1d2?
just do /roll 1d2. Yeah.
I did it. 2.
Okay, you spend some time reading this scroll, and it appears to be a scroll that is like, it speaks of mind control.
Mm.
And what it can do is it allows you to, when you use this, when you read from it, one creature will blindly obey a single command you give it.
Okay, I like that.
And it is called Enochian syntax.
Great.
Enochian syntax.
Okay. I'm gonna tuck it away.
All right, so as she's doing this, she took some time to read this and start studying the scroll. What is everybody else doing while she's doing this? You see her go forward without hesitation, taking one of the scrolls from the eye. The left one you took, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll march past her, kind of nudge her out of the way, and pluck the right one.
Okay, you plucked the right one.
And I die instantly. Giant white worm.
No,
God damn it.
nothing happens. Would you like to read it?
I would love to.
Okay, so you open it up, and it speaks of dark clouds and storms and channeling energy from the black heavens. And what this one is called is 9 violet signs unknot the storm. And what this one does is it produces D2 lightning bolts dealing D6 damage each.
So I have.
So I will drop these in the chat just so everyone can see it.
I have force lightning then.
Yeah, how do we look these items up in Foundry?
So in Foundry, if you go to the compendiums, there
icon
should
is
be,
that?
it's the little book on the far right next to the cog, left of
Oh.
the cog.
Oh,
There should be an equipment called scrolls, and these should be in here. I got these from hopefully they are. Let's see. Yes, 9 violet signs, unknot the storm is in there, as well as Enochian syntax. So what you can do is just drag those into your character sheet, and it should add as an item.
So I'm in the compendium. I see actors and items, but under items it's all classes.
Yeah.
You don't see one called equipment scrolls? It's like toward the bottom. It's like the fourth one
Oh,
up.
equipment
Oh,
scrolls.
okay.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
So if you click on that, it should open up another window, and that should allow you to
Got it.
drag
Oh,
it.
and you just drag that shit over. Look how easy that is.
Yeah, Foundry, everybody. Well, this would not be possible without the amazing coding skills of McGlintlock, who made all of these compendiums. So, again, thank you, making my life easier. So yeah, you guys can see the descriptions in the chat. Those of you on the stream who wish to see what they got. But yeah. So, Abe, Harga, what are you up to as Nifel and Nagel examine these two scrolls that they plucked from the eye sockets of the skull?
I'm looking around at where the thing used to be, just getting an idea. What happened eventually to the body? Did it
It's
stop?
lying face down. And you know, there's kind of just shreds of that membrane around it. But as you look closer, you do not see any more movement of this thing. It appears to be whatever life this thing had is now extinguished.
Okay. She'll kick the body over so she can get a better look of what it may have done.
Okay, so you kick the body over and you see the entire front just stripped to the bone. Clean bone. So like wherever this thing was attached is just completely dissolved and gone.
Similar to the skeleton at the base.
To what?
Similar to the skeleton at the base of the water thingy.
Well, the skeleton at the base of the water thing, it just looks like possibly someone just died here. I mean,
Oh.
maybe it was eaten. It wasn't very close to this thing. So you wouldn't think that that happened unless maybe it touched it and then moved away somehow. But
Well, interesting. And she'll just take a step back and tap her feet, waiting.
okay. So Abe, what is Abe doing during this?
Abe's just kind of observing. This puddle, is it clearly water or is it a different type?
It doesn't quite look like water. I mean, it has sort of the essence of water, but it has this just kind of indescribable glow, like iridescent, like phosphorescent, have almost like a light of its own, but it's kind of hard to tell. You're in a very dim corridor with only lantern light, but there is moonlight streaming down. So that may be giving it a bit of the look that you see. But it's transparent. You can see through it. You can see the stone floor beneath it, the dirt and all that. So it's not like a milky, thick substance or anything.
Does the ceiling above it look wet at all? Like it may have dripped down, or is there a possible way to
No,
find where it originated?
you don't see anything at all. It looks as though it's just like this puddle sitting there. There's no source that you can see. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the hand of that skeleton next to it and
Okay.
just kind of dip the finger in it.
Okay, you do so, and nothing happens. It behaves just like water would.
Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and touch it with my hand.
Okay, it's very cool, and you feel a tingling on your fingertips, a very pleasant tingling. So much so that you almost want to keep your hand in it.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of jerk my hand away from that.
Okay, you jerk your hand away. Your
I'm
fingers
gonna
are
go
fine.
I'm gonna relay that information
They
to
feel great,
Harga.
though. It's almost as if the joints in your fingers that have gone stiff from the travels, you feel a little looser.
Harga, do you have a bottle that we could probably put this in?
Yes. What is it? And I'll shuffle forward and pull out a couple bottles.
Okay.
Take them out. And just using my hand. Just go and
Okay.
scoop.
All right, you dip the flask or the vial bottle into the liquid. It starts to fill the container. And we're going to take a break, everybody. So it is 8:30. Quick break. We'll be back 5-10 minutes. Please hang out with us for, well, not the conclusion, but part 2 of Graves Left Wanting. Part 2 of part 3. Severed Tongues. We'll be right back. Thanks again.
You can stop the apocalypse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Adventure Archive. If you're just joining us after the break, we are playing Mork Borg, specifically Graves Left Wanting. This is our third session. I don't know how many it's going to be. We'll see. That's up to the characters here. Played by Jess, Nagel, Nifel, played by Ryan, Horde Denies the Flesh, Ducky, and Harga by Janelle. And these four curious characters have delved into a catacomb. They found this strange membrane-like thing draped across a corridor, but they made short work of it with a makeshift torch and some gas. And on the other side found a skull embedded into the wall with two scrolls in its eyes, eye sockets. Nagel took one, Nifel took the other. And now we find them standing together in this unfinished passageway, standing around a pool of liquid, which Harga is now filling into a little, it's a bottle, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so you fill up that bottle.
She's just using her hand.
Okay. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, so I mean, are you trying to avoid your skin, or you at all, or are you just no?
She doesn't really.
So as
She
you
just thinks
as you
it's
start
interesting
to
water.
fill this up, you do feel the touch of it on your flesh, and it tingles a bit. It feels very good. Your very old bones feel rejuvenated. You flex
Well,
your
that's
fingers. Very excited. You haven't felt this way in some time.
I'll take my other hand and I'll put it in, maybe up halfway to the elbow,
Okay.
and then pull it back out and look at it.
You do so. You feel that tingling sensation all over you, and while your skin doesn't really change appearance, any kind of soreness or aches and pains are gone. Is Hargan gonna strip down and bathe in it?
She is very much considering it.
Oh,
It's a little light.
make for a great clip.
Yeah. She the one that she's filled so far,
Uh-huh.
she's gonna pull it. Does she have any recollection of anything that might do this in her brewing past?
You know what? Yeah, I would say that you can't identify it exactly, but you do sense that it has healing properties. Just by looking at it, just by the feeling on your skin, you know, going through the Sarkash and getting all kinds of different plant life, and making all these concoctions, you understand what the nature of this is. The origin of it you don't, but its effects you're very familiar with. And it is a healing liquid. How big is this bottle? You want it to
I'd
be
say
like a
like-
5-gallon jug, don't you?
Right. I think it's more like 4 ounces,
4 ounces? Okay.
like all of her potion bottles.
Got it. I would say that this will be 2 doses per bottle. And you will heal 1d4 hit points. Or cure an infection. If someone ever becomes infected, this will cure that as well. Any kind of affliction like that. Hey, Drow. Yes, it is end of the world shit in Mork Borg. You are correct, my friend. We actually have 1 misery we've rolled. And we may have to roll another very, very soon here, because the day grows long, bones grow weary, except the bones that were dipped into the magic water.
She's going to just bring it up to her lips and just tip a tiny bit into her mouth just to get an idea of what happens when
Okay.
you ingest it.
You have like a drop in your mouth, and it trickles down your tongue, and again you feel that just reinvigorating sensation in your body. You feel just kind of like a hit of energy as it goes
She's
down
just
your
gonna chug the
throat.
bottle.
The whole thing?
Yep.
Okay.
It is one of her things.
Okay.
She's a druggie.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you just feel overcome with pleasure, ecstasy. You stand on your tiptoes, feeling as if you're about to like just float away. You feel that all of your excess baggage, your literal poundage, has been just kind of lifted off your bones, and you feel amazing. So I don't think you need any hit points, but so you don't need to roll anything. But yeah, you feel great.
She's gonna pull out every single container she has and start just filling them. And every like fourth one, just chug it.
Okay. So how many of these do you want to collect?
So theoretically, I can have up to 8 because when I roll 4 potions, I can have up to 2d4 worth of them total.
Okay. So you want to
Theoretically.
fit. So do you have 8 bottles then? That
I
you
would
want to?
think so.
Okay. Why don't you roll me a?
Maybe they're little 2-ounce bottles.
So 1 shot per.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can fill all those up.
Okay.
But as you fill all this up, the rest of it's just kind of in the soil and the dirt. It's impossible to take anymore.
Do they communicate with this with anyone else eventually?
Oh, you see an old lady just chugging and happily, like giddily, just.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, this
Yeah,
is the
so-
good stuff.
So while Harga is having her, just going through ecstasy, or as Drow says, the biggest O ever, what is everybody else doing?
Well, if I realize at any point that this is some type of healing thing, I would like to pry my boot off that got stuck into a trap and just kind of stomp around my disgusting stinky foot in the in whatever's left after she scoops it all out.
Okay. You do that. Do you need any hit points? No, you don't need any. So you do feel, though, you feel the pain completely gone from your ankle that was bitten by this trap earlier.
She's just gonna kind of like sit down, happy and pleased with herself. Well,
All right. So as you guys
will
are
fit in my
sitting
pack.
here, Harga's ecstatic. Nefel stomped his foot in the muddy remains of this liquid, or as Harga was doing it, whatever you guys want to do. What do you guys want to do? There's only one way out that you can see. That is the way you came. South.
Guess start heading
Mechanically,
back.
mechanically speaking, is this the elixir vitalis, basically? No, that's a d6.
Yeah. I just made it.
Baby.
I just made it up.
Okay.
It's the little sister of
It's the baby sister.
the D6. Yeah.
So then I would have
Is that one of the things you can make?
7 of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a d6 heal and stops infection.
Nice.
Can be habit forming.
So if you wanted to attempt to make one of those things with this liquid, I'll allow you to do so. But I'd require a roll. So that's up
Right
to
now,
you.
she's just eyes rolled back, happy moment.
Okay.
So I have theoretically 7 of them. I can fit 3 in my pack. So I have 4 that I would pass out to you guys, depending on how much room you have in your packs.
A D20 map in the shadows? I'm not sure you mean, Drow.
I'll take one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and these will all take, I don't know. I don't know that they would take a full inventory spot. Does anybody have slots open, inventory slots open?
Well, if my I assume I just tossed my grappling hook after it was useless.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you have what, like maybe 1 prong left?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I discard that.
Okay.
I have one spot open for it.
Oh, yeah, Drow, we were using Foundry. And we were actually using the system, the Mork Borg system, by McGlintlock, who is just chatting right above you. He developed it. So thank you again for that.
This goddamn bug.
Okay.
About you, Ducky, do you have any room in your sack?
I have 2 free spaces.
Sweet, you get the other 2.
Sweet.
That's exactly 7.
So do I have one of these? Is that what happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you made 8, right?
I made 7 because I
7.
already have
Got it.
one other thing
Oh, another concoction. Great. Okay.
that hasn't come up yet.
Marison with a sack room roll. 2. Perfect. That is exactly
That is
the space you need.
that is the room.
All right. All right, guys. So what are we doing? You're in this little passageway, southern exit. All is quiet.
I would like to know how to get to that courtyard that the head was looking at. I do not see a way.
Maybe we head back to where we started.
There's
believe
also
there was
those
another passage.
skeletons. What was that, boy?
I believe there was another passage towards where we came from.
Yeah, down below you guys passed this very narrow passage. It looked as though it were, very similar to the one where the cannibal crawled his way through, but this one's much narrower, as if it was put there after the fact. However, this one was much more, it's built much better. Seemed more sturdy. But then, yeah, the corridor then leads back west the way you came.
Well, the one with the lantern tends to lead the way, so pick a direction, girl.
There seems to be just one, so I'm gonna start
Do we
heading
have
back.
to go anywhere? I would like a nap at least. Yeah.
A nap? Yeah, you guys are starting to get tired. You could call it a night if you wish, but you can press on if you want to. Yeah, Drow, the classes are somewhat similar, kind of in a more twisted way. But yeah, go to morkborg.com and you can see all the info there.
Well, shall we rest or head back?
Rest.
This might not be the worst place to rest.
Probably the best place we've found thus far.
Okay, so you guys are gonna do a long rest.
I think so.
So when you sleep, you must consume food. Does everybody have food? Or no? Yeah?
No.
One foot.
Got one day's worth.
So basically, after 2 days without food, you start to lose D4 hit points per day because you begin to starve. That's how it works in this game.
Well, I gotta find food sometime tomorrow.
Yep.
So my character gets nutrients from the soil.
Okay, that's handy. There is soil.
It's like an all-you-can buffet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you could live here forever and just live like a king.
There's
Yeah,
like
so-
healing soil right in front of you.
Oh, but it's got foot in it.
That's true.
Okay.
There's foot all over all of this dirt. We're walking over all of it.
So are you guys gonna take watch? You sit down and enjoy what dried rations you may or may not have, or the soil that is saturated with healing liquid.
And
So-
foot liquid.
and foot
Toe
liquid. Yeah.
Toe liquid. Yeah. Definitely dabbed my toes deep in this like healing
Wiggle,
mud.
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
That's what we have now is just like a healing mud.
Healing mud, yeah. So are you guys gonna do
So everyone
watch?
around me is
or are you
just
gonna...
eating, but I'm just like sitting here sad in the corner, like while while these two girls eat their food and the other
Oh,
guy's
no.
just munching on dirt.
Arca passed out, all happy. Her eyes rolled back, and she's out.
Okay. Are you
We'll
sleeping
begin
where
to
you
look like
are?
soon, Arvon.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. What about the rest of you? Are you guys going to take watch, or you guys? Yeah, just move where you'd like to be in this area. You're sleeping
Okay.
right on the the membrane remains.
Well, she moved. There was a slight decline, right? To get into the room.
Yeah, yeah, just a
Yeah.
very, very, very.
So she's
slight, yeah.
like sleeping up against it, kind of inclined.
Okay.
With her head up.
All right. Any watches, or you guys just all gonna like pass out?
I could take a first watch, I think,
Okay.
if we want to go that route.
That's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do.
Much
I
lantern
won't be
oil do you
responsive.
have?
The end.
Let's see. Just says lantern oil, so
I would say you've been lanterning this for a while, right? Ever since you stepped in here. I'd say it's getting low.
okay.
Say you might have a few hours left at most.
Great.
All right. So
Is-
any watches, or you guys want to pass the time?
Yeah. Well, is there anything that we can use to make like a fire? Is there any type of anything around? Like
Not-
close enough?
Not next to you. So the only thing of substance that you remember finding was that room with the body parts, where it appeared the cannibal was holing up. And
They had a fire in there already.
there was a fire in there, but there was also there was bedrolls, there was things that would definitely catch on fire.
And flies.
A lot of flies.
And a screaming spirit.
Yeah.
Then I guess we sleep in the dark.
Okay. Last call. Is anyone doing anything else before?
Well, we should definitely do a watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Nagel's
do first
first?
watch. Yeah.
Are you gonna watch
Miss
in the
out.
dark?
She can be last.
Yes, I'm gonna hear.
So remember, there
watch.
is a bit of moonlight
Yeah.
streaming, which actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just make a little light. There you go.
There we go. Look at that.
So there's a little bit of light in this little pocket you guys find yourself in. Okay, so the night passes. You have absolutely no dreams, no nightmares, and you wake feeling as refreshed as you can be in this dank catacomb. So if anybody needs any hit points, I don't think anybody does though. Everybody's full. Yeah.
I think we're good. Am I the only
So-
one that's taking damage so far?
The only other thing people need to do, so we are all maxed out on omens, so you do not need to roll any of that, but roll any of your class. I know Abe, for example, right, needs to roll a power.
Yep.
So let's do all that.
Do you get like your scroll back?
Yeah, so the way powers and scrolls work in this game is you have so many uses of any combination you want. So if you want to use if you have 2 uses of a power a day, you can use the same one twice. Or you can use, if you have 2, you could use one, and one another, or whatever. Any combination you want. It's just really a matter of how many times you can use something, not tied to, unless I tell you otherwise.
Okay. So I have one use, so I can use either my syntax or hermetic step.
Yeah.
Hermetic. Okay.
And yes, those all require a roll, a presence roll of DR12 to succeed.
Okay.
All right. So you wake in this pool of moonlight in the soggy soil where the water was. What would you guys like to do? And I'm guessing, are you turning your lantern back on, or?
Well, we can't really see in here without it, so I guess so.
There you go.
Now, is it still moonlight, or is there sunlight coming in, or did we
It
sleep
is
the entire day away?
still the exact same light you fell asleep with. So moonlight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good time.
You're not sure if you're on a night schedule or if just it never changes.
Well, that's too much real life.
He's like, man, I play these games to escape my life. What the hell?
All right. This feels much the same, just bodies in moonlight. I don't understand.
So you guys are moving down the corridor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. I mean,
Yeah, and once again, as you guys pass
The
this
only way to
wall,
go.
you do see light, a glimmer of light at the end. You think maybe if you get a little closer, you might be able to see what lies at the other end of it.
Well, then I will get very close and
All right.
stick
So,
my face into
At
it.
the end, I wonder if I can... Oh, yeah, I can move the map. Can you guys see that on your end? If you move the map all the way to the right,
Oh,
the the stream can see it because it's on my screen.
yeah.
But basically,
It's-
you can see it.
Does it look like the same kind of fog that was coming off the skeletons?
Yeah, it's kind of like this fog. There's light coming down that is highlighting this chest, and it is completely surrounded by stone, rubble of all kind. And this chest is completely, from what you can tell from this distance, completely made of bone. Yeah, Drow, you see what they see. There's like a sliver of light they can see. They're looking down this very narrow gap. But as you stand there, Nephel, you feel drawn to it. You feel a desire to move forward. If only you could, but it's just too narrow. You feel just a pull at yourself. At your soul if you had one.
Well, there's something in there that I want.
And all of you,
We
as
just-
you go nearby, you feel the same draw.
Maybe we just go speak to those skeletons a bit. Just a bit.
Fine. Oh, I was able to make something this morning while you slept. If we're going to talk to them, I'll give one of you just before we go. Yes. Just before. And she kind of pulls out a little satchel thing in your pocket on the outside.
Okay. All right, so I'm guessing you guys are just making your way back west. So I will follow you. You make your way to the intersection.
Don't leave me.
Yeah. Don't leave. Don't little. He's gonna
I try
have
to
a
s-
traumatic
I take a sip of my
memories.
coffee and I'm just in the dark again. Ugh.
Yeah. Ah.
PTSD.
So you guys arrive at the intersection. You guys have been to the west is the floating head in the moonlight. To the south is the skeletons. North is the corridor. So which way would you like to go?
So we're going to talk to skeletons.
That's the
At least
plan.
attempt to.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys make your way down, and as you get closer, you hear that familiar chattering of teeth.
Well, I vote the one who likes to talk to skeletons to continue talking to skeletons.
First, here. And she takes the little pouch. It's like a small leather pouch. And on the inside is a dust. and she hands it to the pale one. Ew. You seem like you're good at hitting things. Long, nice long reach. Take this if things get bad. Sniff it vigorously. It'll make you fight faster for a
So-
little while.
What does this do?
So this is Hyphos's enervating snuff.
Oh, sounds like something
Okay.
beat him with like
So I was
enervating
gonna say, you just
snuff.
hand him like a baggie of white
I give
powder.
him.
Is what
He
you
gets
just hand
speed.
him?
Basically, he's
Okay.
getting speed.
All right.
It's
All
the
right.
description is berserk. 2 attacks per round, but defend with DR.
Oh yeah,
14.
this is Merc Blow right here. Merc Blow, everybody.
Oh man.
Lasts 1 fight. Must be snorted. Causes sneezing.
So you guys are gonna be. So do you guys inhale? Yeah, we need it. Can we get a don't do drugs? Yes, thank you all too. Much appreciated.
She brews the potion and then apparently dehydrates it in order to create this.
Oh, cool.
So Achoo! Yep.
So you sniffed it. Is everybody else sniffing it?
No, I just give it to Ducky
you-
because I only have 2.
Okay, you gave it to
For
Doug.
today.
Okay.
Just has a bump, you know.
So, Abe, are you partaking, or are you kind of holding on to it for now?
I'll hold on to it. Abe's gonna go ahead and, although I do appreciate this, I might not be the best one to hold this. Abe's gonna kind of just slightly lower his mask, and you just see just this bloody, gnarled thing of a nose. Because my character picks his nose until he bleeds.
Oh yeah, and plus you have a rotting face, so
This is
that's a
true.
terrible combination.
Ah,
Just rub it into your gums. It's fine.
Well.
Yeah, there you go.
ugh.
So Abe's gonna go ahead and hand it back and suggest someone else hold it.
Well, if you're passing it out, I would take some.
She hands it to you. She's a little put off. Ugh.
Yeah, Mama
Good to
Guac. That is
know.
why he wears the piece of his eggshell over it. He fashioned a mask because he has a rotting face, unfortunately. At least that part. Okay, so what are we doing? You see these skeletons exactly as they were the last time you were here. They're sitting around this table. There's a lockbox at the center. They seem to be having this conversation, teeth chattering away, but no words are heard.
Skeleton boy.
So just mechanically, if I were to
Hypothetical.
just this stuff in
Uh-huh.
combat, would that be like an action or something? Is this something
I
that
would
should
give that to you as a free.
preemptively
I
prepare?
would give you that a free action. I would not
Okay.
make that count as an action.
And then what are the actual benefits of this? Did you tell us this besides like?
Yeah, what do you get? What's the bonus? It's something with the combat, right? Oh, you're on
Ooh,
mute. Can we get some mutes in the chat? Harga is muted.
Ah, I got it.
Oh,
it's
what
2
is-
attacks per round.
What did you do?
But-
What is that magic? You clicked on the
What'd I do?
I just saw a little chat bubble pop up and it said exactly
Yeah.
what it did. That was cool.
Yeah, because I copy and pasted it into chat.
Oh, I
chat
did it
bubbles.
last time as a GM and nothing happened, so I didn't realize. Interesting. Foundry. It's pretty damn cool.
Fucking foundry.
It even moved the camera to you. So
Nice.
yeah, it's in the chat, everybody. Berserk, 2 attacks per round, but defend with DR14. So that's kind of like you're basically going berserk. A little bit,
1 fight barbarian.
yeah, that's cool. Last 1 fight must be snorted, causes sneezing. Nice. Okay. So again, these skeletons do not seem to be paying you any mind. Just going about their conversation, sitting around this table. Click, 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 clack, clack, clack.
All right. Well, then I will hold Avant in front of me, and I will tuck away this baggie that I was just given. And I would like to as stealthily as possible, move towards like right here so I can see everything
Okay.
as well as possible.
So as I said, you see a circular room with a dome ceiling, and in this dome ceiling are just hundreds upon hundreds of pinpricks where moonlight is filtering down, like streaking down in these, like spearing down the air, essentially. And there's also fog, just tendrils of it dripping from the ceiling, like very long white worms. And, you know, the skeletons you see sitting around a table, a lockbox at the center. They are all armed with these scythe-like things, but they appear to be made of the fog that surrounds them. Except one. One has a strange dagger, and at the hilt, or at the at the pommel of that dagger, looks to be the shape of a key. And that is what you see. And you know, as again, as you approach this area, they don't turn, they don't acknowledge you in any sort of way.
Okay. All right. You said in compendiums I can go read what the scroll says, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you go to actually it should tell you if you've moved it into your equipment.
Oh, I was in equipment, not powers, but it's still.
It's not there. Because
I
once you
can-
add it to your inventory, it should show up.
I can see it in there, but I can't like click on it or anything to read what the actual.
Oh,
You have to
really?
equip it.
Yeah, you might have to equip it. Try that. Hit the little shield. Let me see if I can go into your character sheet and see here.
I don't get a shield next to it. It's just an edit and a delete.
Let me see here. So I see short swords, feats, powers. Oh, hey, Nat 21 Adventures with a 13 viewer raid. Welcome, everybody. We are playing Mork Borg, the OSR Doom metal album of a game, published by Free League, designed by Pelle Nilsson, artwork by Johan Nohr, and our party of four. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow, Cylon39. But they are faced with three skeletons who are having a soundless conversation, with the exception of chattering teeth around a table. And on that table is a lockbox. And this is a circular room with a dome ceiling, moonlight just spearing the air, tendrils of fog dripping from those holes in the ceiling. But these skeletons don't seem to be paying any mind to Nifel as he approaches the entrance of the room. So, thanks again so much for the raid, everybody. Please hang out. We're almost done, about 45 minutes to go. So, what is everybody doing? I think, actually, you know what, Ryan? Okay, so it's kind of weird, but if you click on the edit button near your scroll, the little pencil with the box,
Oh.
and you go to description, and it'll tell you there.
Got it. Okay.
So,
D2 lightning bolt dealing D6 damage. Okay, so I have that. I have that in my pocket. I am going to just casually, as I see the room, I see that I can't do like a click hold.
click hold. What are you trying to do?
To like ping the
Oh,
far
if you
part
hit
of the room.
X, if you hit X on your keyboard, it should bring up a pointer for you, and you can point me where you want. Okay, yeah, over there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, look at that.
Foundry.
Foundry, everybody. Use it.
Do
$50
I see that over there? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you do. You see it. It's another passageway leading eastward.
Okay. So I would like to just kind of skull out in front of me.
Okay.
So maybe they'll see one of their own if they look this way. And just I would like to casually just like creep along the wall,
Okay.
keeping my face towards them as much as possible.
Okay.
And just kind of slowly just make my way.
So as you make your way around the one nearest you, so I would say, oh wait, I guess I got to use the right. I have two windows up. Sorry, everybody. This guy right here. Oh, sorry. Bland sauce. It's the PNP pointer and ping module for Foundry. So it's like a third-party thing, completely free, but you just gotta install it. So this guy right here, he kind of looks at you as you pass, and this one here notices as well. But then they just stop their conversation momentarily, and then look back at each other and continue. They don't. None of them get up. That's about it.
I think we're good.
All right. So what is the rest of the party doing? Back in this corridor, peeking around, seeing Nifel creep his way around these skeletons.
Watching.
Okay. So you do see him. He makes it. You see these two skeletons, like I pointed at. They briefly acknowledge him, just like a sidelong glance, but then go back to their conversation. And he successfully makes it to the other side. And they resume their conversation. Yeah, Drow, they need a mage hand, don't they?
Does it appear that the vigor with which they are talking has changed?
It seems steady. It doesn't seem aggressive. Like I said, the last time you guys entered, it appeared as though there was a brief moment where they, it got more intense. You couldn't tell if it was anger or not, but that allowed you to see the dagger, the key dagger, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's all very even keeled.
Well, she kind of like waves at Nifel. Like, what did you find? Over the chattering.
All right. I mean, I guess if Nifel's looking back, he sees this. If he's looking forward, he doesn't. He sees darkness.
I guess I'd be looking back and
Okay.
peering into the darkness, and I want to say, "Quiet, woman."
Nothing.
I have no light. I have no nothing. I see darkness, and
Yeah, you see darkness.
I have made a terrible mistake.
So Nagel, Abe, what are you guys up to?
I guess I'll step forward to like the entrance.
Okay. You step forward, and nobody seems to mind.
Wait for me. And I catch up. Well, should we try?
They didn't seem phased by him.
I'm gonna like give them like a stop for a second, kind of like
Okay.
thing,
You guys see this?
and I'm just gonna be like,
1 second. You there. You there.
Are you speaking out toward the skeletons?
yeah, just slowly getting louder and louder.
Okay.
Hello.
So the one closest to you turns and looks at you.
Damn it. Fuck. Come on. Fuck.
But he doesn't get up. He doesn't do anything. After a moment, once you silence yourself, he looks back, continues to talk to his other friends.
Well, they seem uninterested.
Drow's egging you
Bring
guys
the
on.
light, girl.
Yeah, I would love the box and the dagger, especially since we already found a lock, and now we found a dagger with a key in it. We'll see what's on the other side. Maybe grab it on the way out.
But bring the light, girl.
Okay. I'll move into the room. Yeah, I should have been doing what Abe was doing, which was like skirting the edge of the room.
Okay, yeah, you guys make it around this room. You get some very just cursory glances, but nothing else. And you find yourself in another somewhat, cavernous, unfinished passageway. You gonna keep making your way down, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, cautiously moving forward.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely
my.
gonna
Oh, boy.
pause.
So as you guys make forward, or you make your way forward into this room here, you see there's just an acidic, sour smell is permeating the air, and it's illuminated by the sickly glow of puddles of green and yellow. And you hear the sound of a boiling pot. And in the center of this room is a sarcophagus. It's closed, but this greenish yellow stuff is just spilling out of it everywhere, onto the floor, every direction. And you hear it hissing, you see it bubbling, and there's columns running along the north and south, as well as a couple on the eastern side. And they're supporting the ceiling, which looks to be bowing slightly. Doesn't look to be in the
Down?
best shape. Yeah, it's coming. It's bowing down, yeah.
Well, this looks interesting.
And Abe, as you approach, you hear music. It's very faint. It's almost as if you hear it in the very center of your head, and it sounds very familiar. You remember this sound. It was played by the hag with the horn that you tried to retrieve, that was stolen by the woman who entered the swamp visiting you briefly. It's very, very faint, but you feel it, you hear it.
do any of you hear this? Mother's calling.
Do we hear it?
Yeah. Do we
You
hear it?
don't hear anything
No.
except the bubbling and the hissing of this liquid that is just spilling out from this sarcophagus.
You consider acid music.
It's Mother's song.
No.
I'd recognize that everywhere.
Don't
And you guys
touch it.
also do see, as you kind of squint through this sickly light, there's another passageway on the east. And you see quite a bit of moonlight, actually, as if it's possibly leading outside.
Does there appear to be a safe way around?
It's pretty much coding everything, so what I would have you guys do is roll an agility test to make it to the other side of the room. Unless you can come up with a creative way, some other, another way that might negate the roll. But if you just decide to try to walk across it, it's going to require an agility roll.
So we can see like those like pillars around, right?
Yeah, they're standing floor to ceiling, holding up this sagging ceiling.
Okay.
Yes, Drow, those are pillars.
Hmm. Well,
And it's just bubbling, hissing. I don't know why you guys can't hear it. I don't know why I can't hear it.
Maybe we're not.
Oh,
close
you got to
enough.
move closer. You'll hear the sound effect if you move closer.
Oh God.
But if you're afraid, you don't have to.
Oh,
Well, Nefel's touching it now. He poked it.
No,
Okay,
it's
so what
fine. It's
happens?
fine.
Not really touching it.
So yeah, you see this goo just kind of like clinging to the the grout lines essentially of these old stones in the floor. It's very thick, And you can see the just bubbles like popping out of it, spewing this spray from it. So getting too close might be dangerous.
Yeah.
Are you moving
I
all the
don't
way
hear
there,
the
Nifel, or
bubbling.
is that just for
No, I was
effect?
just trying to hear the bubbling.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right, gotcha.
yeah, but I can't. I don't hear it.
Really?
Yeah, is it in the chat?
I
Check
can
your
hear it.
check your ambient sound and your audio. There should be an ambient volume thing.
Yeah,
You turn it up.
I'm sure my ambient's way down. Which is that in? Oh, it's the one that's got a music note.
Oh, I hear it now.
The Glintlock's here for the sound effects.
It's very ASMR.
Yeah. So what would you guys like to do? There doesn't seem to be anything else in this room other than these pillars holding up the sagging ceiling and this sarcophagus, this stone coffin sitting at the center of the room, kind of raised a little bit. It looks though it may be on some kind of like dais, but it's just concealed completely by this goo, bubbling goo.
Arca goes to one side. Does she takes some time to look at the goo. Maybe sprinkle a drip of water. See what happens.
Sorry, can you say that again? You're doing what with the goo?
She takes her little water skin and just tips out just a drop onto a little puddle area.
Okay, so this, I'm guessing you're going to probably find an area that's not so saturated because it is like sputtering with every bubble burst. Okay. And you're
Yeah.
pouring some of this water? The healing
Just
water?
No, my regular water.
Oh, regular water? Okay, so it hits the liquid. There doesn't really seem to be any reaction whatsoever other than it's slightly displaced.
Well, we should see what's on the other side. Seems to be our forte.
Or
Otis.
dark fort. Hey.
Oh, look at that.
Somebody out there is gonna get that joke.
Somebody's
Jason
going to
got
get it. Somebody who speaks Swedish or knows this game.
Can I refresh Foundry without fucking stuff up?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, you should be able to refresh it.
Here's what I could do. I could unmute the tab that Foundry's in.
Oh, there you go. And you might hear music.
Because I was like, I
and
don't hear any
bubbles.
music either. So let me turn all of this down from maximum before I turn it back on. Sounds and music and bubbles. All right.
Am I able to walk up to this first pillar without getting into the acid?
Yeah.
Is it sturdy? Does it look like it's maybe buckling or?
No, it looks pretty sturdy. But the ceiling above, like I said, is pretty, it's definitely buckling.
Oh god, do you think it would be possible to bottle up some of this acid and maybe wither away some of the pillars? Create a path.
Perhaps.
Of course, safely.
How do you suspect I'm going to bottle it?
We could tie the bottle to the end of this femur, try
Ah,
to scoop it up.
yes. All right. Do I have another bottle?
How many, you said I'm going to say you had them all filled, right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
say you had it all filled. So you can empty one if you wish, but
I've already emptied a few
okay. Wait, you mean after you filled it up with
into
the
my
liquid?
gullet.
Oh,
this
into your
morning.
gullet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. She likes them drugs.
All right. Well, yeah, whatever you have available, yeah, you can do it.
She has 2.
2?
Yes.
Okay. So what would you like to do with that?
I'll hand them to Abe.
Okay.
Have at it.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie the bottle to the end of the femur, kind of like a elongated scoop.
What are you going to tie it with? Do you have rope or anything, or twine, or?
Still have the grappling hook, I believe. Or did I give that back to?
I think you gave it back to Nefel and he dropped it. He left it in the. passage.
Does anybody have any rope?
Yes. You may have some.
Thank
And I'll
you.
try and find. I'll just cut off maybe a foot and give it to him with my knife. He doesn't get all. Now it's a 9-foot rope.
So a foot of rope to tie this bottle to a femur?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I say, yeah, you can do that. It's fine.
Awesome.
Oh, no, it's 29 feet. Sorry.
You have
I'm
30
gonna-
feet of rope?
Yeah.
Nice.
I rolled for it.
Okay. 29 feet left.
I know it's 29 feet.
That might be very crucial. at
If
some
only
point.
I had one more.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh man, that'd be the best. Okay, so Abe, you have this empty bottle attached to a femur bone with rope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to scoop up from the little puddle right here in front of me.
Okay, so you dip the bottle down into the liquid, and the second it makes contact, it starts to just eat away at the glass.
Ooh, okay.
Oh. Oh.
So you retract it. I mean, you know, unless you want to keep it in there.
Oh,
But
I'm
enough.
gonna put it
Okay.
away.
So it just, you know, destroyed a bit of the lip of the bottle and some of the neck of it. So I don't know. What do these bottles look like, Harga? Are they like like beer bottle shaped, or are they like
Yeah.
okay,
They are functional but not pretty.
got it. Okay.
Like, you know, if you went to a Wild West town and found bottles in a bar,
Yeah.
apothecary. Well, can't use that one again. And she tucks the other one back into her thing quickly.
Okay. So yeah, you guys stand here amid the bubbling, apparently acidic liquid that is flowing out of this stone coffin, sarcophagus, whatever. Super leap onto the coffin. Man, Drow's like he's throwing out all the idea. Might not be the best ideas, but they're idea.
And a -2 on all my ability checks.
So yeah, you guys gotta, you know, as
Going-
what's up? Go ahead.
I want to just say fuck it, and I'm going to try to
Cross
just
it?
scamper around the far side.
Okay, why don't you roll me an agility, just standard
going
difficulty
to.
rating. You're gonna bless it,
gonna
I
bless it.
bet.
I'm gonna bless the shit out of
And
it.
remember, don't forget, you guys have omens. So if you guys can
yeah.
always lower difficulty rating. Just don't forget about that, because that could become very, very handy.
So we're pre-blessing, but we can post omen. And does our bless carry on to the omen roll too, or would it just be the first roll?
Oh, that is I'm in a quandary. Let's say, I don't know.
Unless we can use a second bless to like for the omen too, you know what I mean?
Okay, no, let's say you can use a bless. Oh, hey, thank you for the new follow. Much appreciated. I would say you can use a bless, and if that bless fails, you can use an omen, but you cannot bless that omen. Omens cannot be blessed. They are just what they are. If you use it like that. Yeah. How's that work?
Gotcha. Okay, that works.
This
Makes
will
it more
probably be an
ominous.
ever-evolving thing depending on how it works,
Yeah.
but that's what it is right now. We'll see.
We'll zero in for the next game.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like this won't be the last Mork Borg we play.
No.
All right.
Hopefully
So
not.
agility roll with an omen. Oh, you son of a.
Oh,
Sorry,
all
with a
right. So you
bless.
used a bless, so I will just knock up a bless. Don't even bother rolling it.
Yeah, you can just fucking So I'm gonna omen that. I'm gonna omen that.
Now, what do you want to do though? Do you want to? Let's see.
Oh,
here.
wait a minute. So I can bless it. to see what did I actually even get. I got a
So what's
3. There's no way.
yeah? So what's happening here is you are traipsing across this floor, so you are about to take some damage. Otherwise, you can either re-roll the die, you can lower the damage by d6 that you do take. Whoa, the dot network! Thank you, everybody. What a massive raid! We are playing Mork Borg. If you're not familiar with it, it is a dark fantasy apocalyptic game published by Free League, designed by Pille Nielsen, Johan Noor on art. And our 4 party members have found themselves in this room that is crumbling, barely held up by pillars around it. But in the center lies a stone sarcophagus with this greenish fluid just bubbling out, consuming almost the entire floor. And Nifel is attempting to make his way across the floor. Hey, Renren's Crossing, thank you for the follow. Please hang out. We only got about 20 minutes left of this session, so you can see how this resolves. So yeah, anyway, Nifel, you can either there's no neutralizing critter fumble for you. Lowering the DR by -4 is not going to do you any good. Really, I feel like you can either re-roll your die and gamble with that, or you can lower the damage by d6.
Oh.
And the damage you take is going to be d4 as you cross.
So, you don't have to obviously tell me this, but like, will I get across?
Yes, you will get across. You are in the process of making your way across the room, so you are. We're determining right now is either if you make it undamaged, if you re-roll a die, and you succeed in your test, or you take damage and then maybe use your omen to lower your damage by d6.
I'll just lower the damage that I'm gonna take.
Okay.
I'll get fucking like just burnt by this acid and scamper past.
All right. So you take. I gotta turn that stupid horn off.
Hey,
Wah,
I love
wah,
it.
wah,
It
wah.
perfectly fits with the vibe of what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay,
Stop.
so you make your way across. You tow the acid though. You catch it. It splashes up onto your legs. It starts to burn. How much damage do you take? Are you gonna roll a d6? I guess, right? And use one of your omens.
Avant, goddammit! It burns!
Perfect. Okay, so you you make your way across the room as gracefully as you've ever moved in your life. And luckily, maybe you had some of the old clothing of your not so fine past, and it just kind of sizzled away and didn't quite catch your skin. But you do make it successfully across the room.
And I don't have any light again, goddammit!
Well, you do see outside, though, there is a staircase. And it is leading out. I know you can't see it. I probably should put a light there. But this is where the map ends. But I will just say, outside you see something very, very familiar. And it is the graveyard. You see fog. You see headstones, trees. So now, what are the rest of you doing? Nagel, Abe, and Harga.
What do you see over there?
See, the fucking graveyard. All this was for naught.
Oh. She's gonna come over sort of close to the coffin and take a look. Is there any insignia on the coffin? Perhaps an
From here you
upside-down
can't
cross?
see it. There's just like this almost blinding haze as the acid bubbles up from the fluid. You're kind of squinting, rubbing your eyes. You can't quite make it out. But it looks more or less unadorned.
Forgive me, I don't remember. Is the acid coming out of it, or is it just
Yeah,
kind of
so it
bubbling up
looks
around
like
it?
it looks like it's just coming out of the crack around the lid of the sarcophagus, spilling onto the floor, kind of spreading out just across the room.
Don't find any reason to be messing with that. Meh. She just returns back to the doorway, staying close to the light,
Okay.
waiting.
All right. So what about Nagel? What about Abe? What are you doing as you see Nifel make his way to the other side? Very excited the fact that he did not take any damage.
So he saw it's just the graveyard.
Yeah, that's what he told you.
Well, we're trying to get out of the graveyard now. There's more of this to explore. Why don't you come back over here, Nifel?
God fucking damn it.
Split the party.
Can I like just like obviously that the map is at the end, but like when I do peek out and everything, like it's the same fucking graveyard, right? Like
So why don't you roll me a presence?
okay.
Standard difficulty rating 12. And are you gonna bless it at all?
Sure. Fucking,
All right. Why not? You only have 9.
I only have 9.
Yeah.
So presence -1. Let's do this.
Okay.
So I rolled a 9.
So you got a 9.
And then I will roll another d4. Come
Just
on.
need a 3.
3.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
All right. So
Yes.
you kind of inch your way down the stairs out into the open, peeking out just very carefully. You see headstones. You do not see any sign of the crypt that you were in. You don't see any markings that appear to be where you guys started. It appears to be a different part of the graveyard.
But the graveyard nonetheless.
Correct.
All right. Well, that's not surprising, right? Does that seem surprising to me? I mean, we've moved a decent distance away.
Right.
but
So
I
you
think
know,
that the crypt
yeah.
and the-
Basically, what you know of Graven Tosk is just this massive, like just near infinite size, just bigger than you can imagine graveyard. So presumably, it is much, much larger than this area you find yourself in. So it doesn't seem out of the ordinary.
All right, well then, God fucking damn it, Avant, let us go back.
Are you gonna really go back?
I
What I'll do is, since you made it across, I will give you I'll give you advantage because you let's say you found the cleanest footpath across this thing. So I'll give you advantage on your if you want to go back. Anybody else though,
Well-
Abe, Nagel, is that what you want to do? You guys are gonna stay. You're beckoning him to come back. Okay. So that's up to you, Nifel, if you want to go back or you want to
Well, is
Go
that
check
the
out the
fucking
graveyard.
plan? Are we going back in this fucking crypt? Or are we leaving? I'm just going to get burned for no reason.
Well, did you see anything?
I saw a fucking graveyard. It's Graven Tosk.
Yes, I'm aware.
It goes for fucking ever. God fucking damn it, I'm just coming back. Fuck.
All right, so roll me.
and I'll
Go ahead.
yeah, I'll pull up my the no, I won't pull them up. I'll push them down and I will wrap my ankles in scraps and I will nimbly what's that? What did you use yesterday,
What?
Ariana?
Oh,
The belay, the boujou.
the boujou. Oh, we're bringing some
Cragite.
ballet moves.
Cragite, whatever. I thought it was a B one. I thought you said
If I knew
Bouger.
how to spell that, I would roll it in the chat right now. But I don't know. How
whatever it
to spell
is. I was apparently the only person in that group that did not take ballet. So
So you're
That's
wrapping
it.
your legs in scraps, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I have a bunch of scrap clothing, so I can peel some off and just,
Yeah,
like, wrap
yeah,
around
that's
the ankles and
fine.
stuff.
I will actually allow that to be absorb some damage as well. So you have advantage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Make it across. I will say D2. You can
Okay.
absorb D2 damage. Remember, you have omens as well. So
Mhm. Oh, so I'm down 1 omen, so I have 2.
Yeah, you're
omens.
down 1 omen. You have 2 of 3 left. Yes.
Okay. All right, so I roll a agility.
Correct. With
Alright.
advantage.
Oh,
Woo!
thank goodness.
Oh man, better hope it's better. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you almost trace your steps back completely, and you make it across unscathed.
Yeah.
Grand jeté, not like grand jeté, like one word. I got it. No, I got it.
Grand
I'm gonna
jeté.
use that forever now. Grand jeté.
Culture
So
now.
I grand jeté gracefully AF across all of this
I like you Googled it. Google's
Acid.
Grand Jeté.
and
Yeah, you made
get
it.
back to.
You made it in your protective booties.
I take off my booties. I put them back on as if, you know, again in a mockery of royalty. Lead on, if don't waste more of my fucking time.
Actually,
Alright.
I think we should exit here.
With a completely straight face. Yes, I'm sure you are running low.
I'm running out of oil.
Perhaps we can.
Did Ryan freeze? Did his connection?
That'd be amazing.
All right. So what are you guys doing? What are you
Put
guys
your
doing?
booties back on.
Are you guys going back?
Yes. Back the way we came.
Okay. All right. You head
Okay.
back. Feel free. Move your tokens. The skeletons are still doing what they're doing. They don't seem to mind you. So are you guys just keep moving across?
Pissed.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
if the
Fair enough.
skeletons look at me, I'm gonna be like, you know, there's a thing in there that you might want to check out. I don't think it's okay. You never mind. Just continues on.
All right.
I'm
You
going
guys.
to walk up to this table,
Yeah. You gonna do
Okay.
something?
stomping up to it,
Okay.
Oh,
You-
no.
just unable to control my rage and
Okay.
emotions.
I like where this is going.
And I'm snatching the box off the table.
Okay. You reach forward, snatch the box off the table. It's quite hefty, but it is indeed in your arms. And the skeletons sit there for a moment. Look at the empty space where the lockbox was. And they stand brandishing these fog-shaped scythes. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfect
Dun,
timing
dun,
for
dun.
combat.
Oh, I know, right? You want to end it here? Should we just end it here?
It's up to you. We get in it before or after. Does anyone need to wrap early, or are you guys okay?
You want to go a little bit longer? I don't foresee this taking too long, but
I got
Okay.
nothing.
we'll see. We
Let's
shall
go.
see.
Let's fucking
Okay,
go. All right.
here we go. All right, let me bring you guys into combat here.
Old lady, ready to rumble.
You guys should be in combat mode. Wait, why didn't it work? There we go. All right.
How do we do initiative again?
Well, once I start, yeah, roll a d6. So on a d6, what did you guys roll? Did you guys roll your initiative or just roll a d6? So first we need to
There-
roll. We need to roll enemies, or so. I will give you guys the honor. Actually, I can do it in here. Roll all. I can roll NPCs. I can roll party initiative. So why don't you guys already did it. So somebody roll me a d6, and that will determine if the enemies go first or if you go first.
I'll roll a d6.
You guys get to go
6, baby.
first. Okay.
How
So-
do I? Is there an actual initiative? Oh,
Yeah.
it's in the little fist one.
So I will actually, can I pop it out here so everyone can see it on the chat? Oh, I don't know if I have enough window space. You know what? I'm gonna leave this off the screen because it's gonna take up real estate. All right, let me change up the tunes a little bit here.
Oh yeah.
Got to get some.
Let's get some go hams in the chat. Let's
Yeah,
some
can we get some
hams out
go
there.
hams?
Let's do this.
Where'd
All
you go,
right,
guy?
so
Right.
go Go for it.
I'm gonna turn up my battle music.
You guys all roll. So Nifel, you got a 6. Oh, but you rolled your. Okay, I see. Abe has a 5.
So I rolled a.
Harga
Yeah, I
has
rolled
a
a
2.
6 for them and a 6 for me.
Nagel, go ahead and
Roll a 6.
well, click your little. If you go to the little fist, you can see a little die next to your name. That's what you roll for your initiative. It just auto
Oh,
will
okay.
calculate it, and I will move all of the enemies to the end.
There's a fist.
You see it?
Oh, there we go.
It's right to the left. Yeah.
Nice.
6.
Okay. So let me move all these guys. I need to talk to McGlintock and figure out how to make this work. But anyway, we have the initiative order. I don't know why it says you have 8. But anyway, what would you like to do, Nagel?
So I am first.
I guess so. Or
let's-
Nifel, you guys both rolled a 6, right?
I mean, he's the one in the shit.
Yeah,
I can go
let's
first
let him go
because I
first.
got
You
the-
initiated it. Let's do it.
That's fucking all right. So I love this song, but the woo reminds me of the Doctor Who opening. Is that just me or is that anybody else?
I don't watch Doctor Who, but
So I snatched the thing off the desk. And then if they stand to rise,
They
I'm going
stand
to
to rise.
thump Arvant down on the table in front of them.
okay.
And I'm gonna pull out my scroll of
Lightning bolt.
lightning bolt. Yeah, the 9 violet signs on not the storm.
Go for it.
And I'm
So
gonna
that is
slap that down on the table next to him with
Okay.
like open in my hand so I can read it,
Okay.
and then just read off the scroll, like whatever arcane words needs to be done.
go for it. And it's D2 lightning bolts, right?
It is D2 lightning bolt. So come on,
Remember, D4 blesses
bless
for
this?
anything.
I'm gonna
So
bless
you
this
okay?
shit,
Well, here's
so-
the thing. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna say like 1 bless per turn. Okay. So what you can do is you can either bless. So every time you use a power, you must roll a DR12 and succeed. Otherwise, it fails, and you can't cast a power for I believe an hour.
Oh shit. Okay, so fuck it.
So there
I'm
is
not
there
gonna-
is a
I'm not
chance
gonna-
of, or what you can do is you can say I'm not blessing the roll. I want to bless the damage.
I am going to wait to do any kind of blessing. I'm just gonna let this D2 do what it's gonna do. Hopefully,
Okay.
I'll get 2 of them, and then I'll.
Well,
determine
remember though,
I roll-
before that, you need to roll to use the power itself. Meaning
Okay,
you
well, then
have
I'm
to.
gonna bless the shit out of this power.
All right. Remember though, you
Right,
can
yeah.
always use your omens as well. So totally up
Right,
to
so
you
I'll
though.
bless. I'll bless.
And you just have to
I'm just gonna-
hit a 12 or higher.
Fuck you, bless. God damn it. All
Okay,
right,
so it's going to be this plus 1.
all right, and then it's a presence roll, right?
Correct. Of a 12 or higher.
You fucking piece
Oh,
of shit. I'm gonna omen that.
you're gonna
I'm
omen it?
that.
Are you going to omen it
Yeah.
as a, let's see, reroll a die?
I have to, right? Because it's only a -4
Yeah.
to the DR, right? So yeah, I'll re-roll this die with an omen.
All right, so I'm going to
It
take
would
a...
suck if I came in here, ripped this thing off, slapped this thing down, called for lightning, and fucking nothing happened. So, let's. All right.
I think we finally found a way for people to use omens and blesses, though. I think it's working out. Finally using them.
But you said I can't roll this bless.
Right, you
onto-
can't. You can only 1 bless per turn, so you can choose whatever it is. So you decided to make it on your DR, your presence check. So I'm
Gotcha.
not going to let you use another bless on top of the omen. Yeah.
Well, but could it, since I don't get that roll, could I just move that number onto the omen roll then? Like just
The plus
slide it
1.
over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Why not? Let's just do it.
Yeah. All right.
It's
Trying
1.
to squeeze
It's
out as
1.
much as I
It's
can.
1. I know. It's fine.
Yeah. I clicked it. Did it roll? I don't want to roll twice. No.
I don't see anything.
You fucking motherfucker.
All right, you speak the words of this new scroll, but you can't seem to make it out, and you feel just like this rebounding pressure in your skull. And what I need you to do is roll a d2. Actually, I'll just do it.
So yeah, so that's exactly what happens. I stomp in the room. I rip the chest off the table, slap Arvant down, slap the scroll down, angrily call out these arcane words, reach up to the sky for the lightning to come down,
Okay, you take
and then
one.
just struck by impotence.
Struck by impotence. Okay, so basically what happens is you take 1 point of damage. You become dizzy for an hour and cannot use powers during that time. So that is where you are. Okay,
Wow, that's
so Nagel, you're up. What's up? What are you doing?
Oh gosh. I guess I will.
And you could. Oh, Nifel, sorry. Do you want to move away? There's no attacks
Yes,
of opportunity.
yes, I would like to run away dizzily. In
So
another
I would
direction.
say, yeah, you can move all the way to the corridor over here if you want to, or back down here.
Yeah.
All right, so you move back there, shambling with your hands on your head. Okay.
Oh, I grabbed Arvant.
You grabbed Arvant. Sorry. Okay, you got him. All right.
Okay,
Imagine if we didn't have blesses, guys, in this game. Just imagine. Thank
Be
you,
dead
generous,
twice.
generous viewers. This game would not have lasted very long. All right, so Nagel, sorry, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of come up here about a femur's length away.
Femur's length. Okay, that's within melee.
And I'm gonna try to hit the one closest.
Okay, so just roll me a. And like I
Yeah.
said, if you want to bless it, you gotta let me know ahead of
Okay, I
time.
will bless it.
Okay.
So let's do attack. Do I need to know the target's armor?
It is just no. There's no armor, so it'd be 0.
Oh,
So you
I saw sit
blessed
on the 20
it.
for a second.
and I can't omen if I bless. Is that right?
No, yeah, I'll say you can use an omen.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll.
You're gonna re-roll, so I'm gonna take you down to 3 omens.
Okay. Okay.
What did you get? Oh, you
12.
missed.
12 is a
Wait,
miss.
wait.
Oh, wait. Why do I have a -3?
Do you have a -3 strength? You must.
Yeah. Since I didn't bless the first one, can I bless this
You
one? or
did
no?
bless the first one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
I
said
guess
you
I
did. So
Yeah,
even if you
true.
didn't roll it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you.
I actually, I'm sorry. I actually love the you can bless a roll, but if you roll an omen, you just fucking get what you get. It seems so much more like a hard choice to make. Like,
Yeah. I'm liking that
Okay.
too. I think it's working out.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you swing, you miss. He just dodges out of the way, and then you back up into the corridor. I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Abe, you are up. What is Abe doing?
Abe's gonna go ahead and throw that last shiny ball bearing he has at the one closest here.
Okay. And so remind me. Well, first, do you want to bless that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bless it.
I know. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Is everyone's going to need to bless every roll they make. So go ahead and roll. I'll take off your.
Armor 0.
I'll hold until you want to, in case you want to use an omen. Oh, look at that! 1 take damage. And that was. Didn't I tell you it was like an additional D4 or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you roll me another D4?
I'll take it.
Nice. Okay. So, yeah, you swing overhead, unleash this ball bearing, cracks him in the side of the head, and he just looks at you furiously, kind of hunched over. But it's part of the bone matter just shatters into the moonlight. Okay. Harga. Oh, did you want to do anything else? You want to move back? Or do you want to just stay where you are or move anywhere else?
I'll stay.
Yeah, just so you guys know the way combat works in this game, if I didn't explain it already, You can move across a regular-sized room, quote-unquote. I would deem this to be, I guess, more or less a regular-sized room. And make an attack or use a power. And then also, there are no attacks of opportunity, so you don't have to worry about getting in and out of combat. Okay, so, Hargha. What are you doing?
Must you make issues everywhere you go? She's just gonna book it. She doesn't have any ranged weapons. She's gonna have her hand against the wall
Okay.
and just try to make it as far in as she can.
So you guys
I'd
are
say she gets
foregoing
to the
it.
corner.
And you have the lockbox, right, Nifel? Right, Nifel?
I do, in fact.
Okay.
I do, in fact, have the lockbox
Okay.
and are locked.
Okay, so this skeleton. And are you just in that entryway right there? So he
I
furiously...
went as far as I could go.
Okay, I'll say you're probably in this hallway. He like climbs over the table, kicking out the chairs, heading straight for you. And he swings. So what I need you to do is roll me a defense check. And he
So
comes at
also
you with that. What's up?
So I have a power
Okay.
that I didn't use before.
That you can't use because you failed your power check. You can't use powers for another hour.
So I'm sorry, not a power. This is the feature of my class.
Oh, okay.
My smell of decay. I got a stinky breath that's so bad that tests to defend against attacks have a +2 bonus
Okay.
due to its gut-wrenching stench. So I just like
You. So yeah, you're gonna you are even offending the dead here. So why don't you roll me a defense check as he comes down with his fog scythe, arcing toward you, and you make sure you. I guess it should auto add the +2.
So then I don't know if it auto adds because I just copy pasted it into the obituary.
Oh, okay.
'cause
Well,
we
let's see
didn't
what
have the class at the time.
Okay. Well, let's just see. Let's just see the what the roll is. If it doesn't calculate it, you can add a 2 to the
Do you
roll.
want me to just subtract 2 from the defend DR to 10?
I mean, it's the same thing if you add 2 or subtract 2.
Yeah, so I'll just make it a 10 DR, and that way it's the roll is the roll, right? I just hit defend, reduce 2, and then I roll. Did it roll?
I don't see a roll. I see Abe's
Oh.
roll last. You can always just
so-
roll a 20 and then... What is your defense normally? Is it
I
a...
don't know. I keep clicking roll and it's not rolling, so I hit defend. And
you
then the
click
thing comes
defend
up
and
that
nothing
says-
happens?
A box pops up. It says defend DR, modify DR, incoming attack, and I click roll.
So,
and nothing
yeah, because you have to fill out the incoming. So,
Oh, yeah, it's all blank. Okay.
yeah,
alright.
yeah. So,
What's the incoming?
the incoming DR is 12.
Uh-huh.
And then the weapon is a D4. The damage you'll take is a D4.
Okay.
And that should be
Alright,
all
so I
you need.
reduce that to 10 to get the minus +2 or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's this. Yeah,
It's the same thing.
it's the same math. Okay. So he comes down and you just like exhale in his face and he's just kind of taken aback a moment and it makes his swing go wide. And then next, this other skeleton comes in. He can't quite squeeze by, and so he moves up here next to Abe. And he takes an attack. So what you need to do, Abe, is just put the D4 as damage and the DR is 12 and just hit roll defense, and that should calculate everything for you. And then also bless, omens, etc., if you want to do it.
I'm gonna save the bless.
You're going to save it. Okay.
Mistakes may have been made.
What's the okay, take 2 damage. Okay. Would you like to use an omen perhaps? Or would you like to take the 2 damage?
I'll use an omen.
Okay. Yeah, you got 4 of 4, so I would recommend it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you rolled a 1?
Yep.
Oh man, so you crit fumbled.
Ow.
Okay, so you're going to take double damage.
So that's 4.
That is 4 points of damage. Do you have any armor or anything to negate that?
I have light armor on.
Oh, so it already calculated it. So you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
armor 1d2. Okay, so basically it also lowers it a tier.
Oh.
So I believe light armor is a... Where is it? Light. So basically your armor is destroyed. So he cuts into you. The leather armor just splits off your chest and falls to the ground, exposing you completely. And yeah, you take 4 damage. Oh, wait. 1d4 times 2. Oh, I'm sorry. That was... Oh, it calculated the crit then. Okay. So actually, I guess you only take 2.
Oh.
Yeah, because it looks like it did 2 times... 1d4 times 2 is 4. Your armor, as it was destroyed, took half of that damage, so you're down 2.
Oh, okay. Much better.
Yeah, you're... Okay, so finally, the last one, he comes up. He actually, he's the one you hit, I believe. Yes, he's the one you hit. So he lashes out at you. So I need you to make me another defense check. And like I said, you can use blesses as well. if you
I'm going to
want
go ahead and bless this one.
All right. Why not, right? Oh my god. Okay. So you take another, what is it, 2?
Says, yeah.
Or do you want to use an omen? Do you want to use an omen and reroll it?
I'll
just
use
for the
another
hell of it?
omen, yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think, or you can lower damage. Remember, there's a variety of things you can do with omens. So you can lower the damage by d6. Actually, you could have used an omen on the neutralized critter fumble too. Or you can lower the DR's test, by which that's not going to help you. Or reroll a die. So it's up to you, whatever you would like to do.
I'll lower the damage
Okay.
by a d6.
Okay. So what did he, 1d00? Oh yeah, you take 4. Woo, you got to get, what are you at, 2?
I'm at 3.
You're at 3. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, folks. This is Mork Borg.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, look at that.
I will take it.
Wow. The power of omens, chat. Hopefully you saw that. The power of the omen. Okay. So, some strange divine intervention, maybe the spirits of the swamp where you were born came and allowed you to avoid all of that damage. So we are top of the round again. Unless you guys, I will completely leave this up to you. So we can roll initiative every round. Actually, I guess it'd benefit you guys to not change it because you're going first. But you know how like in a lot of OSR, you can roll every single round? Or you can roll just once and we can keep it. So if you guys want to keep
rolling
it,
it once.
yeah. Keeping it, let's go. Nifela's at the top. So what would you like to do as these skeletons are bearing down on you with their...
Well, clearly they're coming for this box, and I am now much less mad than I was before. And I'm actually worshiping my dead god as
Okay.
I panic.
Okay.
And I would like to, I guess you'll tell me how I can do this. I would like to kind of like crow hop with this box in my hand and just whip it into the closest skeleton's face as hard as I can.
Okay. I would say... Now, are you going to do that as a melee attack or a ranged attack? So a range would be an agility. And then if you're up in its face, meaning like within melee distance, it's going to be a strength.
Both are +0s for me, so it doesn't make any difference. So no, I want to throw it because I don't want it to come after me anymore. So it'll lay it on the ground away from me. I want to throw it. I want to like I said, like take a step into it, like crow hop and like as hard as I can at a little bit of a distance.
Okay.
Right into its face.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it. Roll me a...
roll me
a digital. You're going to bluff. Of course you are.
I got to. I
You
got one
got
on
it.
the
You
left.
got it. These rolls have not been that great tonight, but...
Well, no, here's the thing.
And you have...
So-
you guys all have negatives to your rolls, right?
I have a 0 for agility and strength.
That's better than.
I'm not
negative,
gonna
yeah.
bless this roll,
Oh, you're not. Okay, I'll put your bless back.
but I can if I do an omen, because if I don't get it the first time, even with the bless with my shitty rolls, I can just omen it, and then I can bless that omen roll. So
I'm gonna say you can't bless an omen.
well then fuck, I'm blessing it. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll take you back down.
And what's also though? What's the damage if I do this with this thing? With the box?
Let's say it's a D6.
A D. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a pretty
I'm gonna do
sturdy
that.
ass box. Let's just why
Alright.
not? Let's say it's a D6. Especially because you're throwing this at things made of bone.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
well, there goes my last omen. And let's
No,
just
you're-
re-roll that.
Oh, you're gonna do your
Oh,
omen?
yeah.
Okay.
I got to.
Omen it, my man.
Dude, has any of us rolled above like a 6 on the last?
Yeah,
like, 3
there's been
attacks
some good.
against
Yeah,
these fucking
Abe rolled
things?
pretty good.
God damn it! All right, come on, give me. Come on, give me.
I didn't see
Oh,
it yet.
fuck
What
me.
is it? Oh, 4. Okay, you hurl it. It flies over its head, crashing to the ground near the table. It was kind of an all right throw. It slid across. What else would you like to do?
Run! I'm running.
You're
I'm
running.
away.
Okay, so
I'm
run,
running into the dark.
run.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna
see
not-
something.
I'm gonna actually be far away, but my token will be close, so I can see what's happening.
Okay. So just so you know, they can reach you where you are right now.
Well, so I want to be as far away as possible, but then I can't see anything on the map. It's all black for me.
Hey, that one guy. Thank you for the raid. 3 viewers. We are playing Mork Borg. If you're not familiar with it, it is a dark fantasy OSR game. So we are in the middle of combat. Actually, they have stumbled upon 3 skeletons guarding a lockbox. Nifel decided to brazenly grab it from the table, and they weren't very happy, so they are pouncing them as we speak. So let's continue. Nagel, you're up. Thank you for the follower. Much appreciated. What do you want to do, Nagel?
I mean, if he's running and Harg is running.
Remember, you can
I-
always like make an attack. You know what? I'll also rule if you decide to just completely run, it's going to be kind of like, damn, another raid? Paradise
Yeah.
RPG, thank you for the raid, everybody. We are in the middle of our Mork Borg session, in the middle of combat, actually, battling 3 fog-bound skeletons in a crypt. And the party's not doing so well. They are fleeing. All right, sorry, Nagel. I would say if you want to just run and forego like any kind of attack action, that'll get you like kind of like a dash in D&D. You'll like sprinting away.
Double. Okay.
Meaning they could
mean-
not attack you if they reached you.
Okay. And then can I tell like if the skeletons have changed in any way since he fell?
The
through
only
the
one that
box?
you can tell is no, not yet. They're still kind of just, this is all happening in like mere seconds. So nothing
Okay.
yet.
They don't like turn and look at it or anything.
No, they're too just enraged at this moment. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll.
You're gonna bail?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Bailing.
All right, you bail. All right. So Abe, what is Abe up to?
Abe's not feeling too great. Abe's gonna go ahead and run back here, if I can.
Back into the
The corridor.
okay, as far as you can. You're like basically all of you guys are trying to flee, right?
Yes. Would I still be able to use a power?
So you can move your full movement, which would be a normal size room, quote unquote, meaning that they could catch up to you and attack if you want to use a power. If you forego using the power, you could make it twice as far, I'll say.
I'll forego using the power.
Okay.
And retreat with the others.
All right, now I get to roll the fun roll.
Hey, sorry, real quick. What does this Merc Blow do for me again?
Gives you 2 attacks.
Hey, Mr. Toast, thank you for the follow. 2 attacks. Okay. Oh, you already took it? Did you already take it? Or no?
No, I should have taken it a long time ago.
Yeah. All right, so let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
Remember, everybody has
here.
healing potions too.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. You guys all have healing potions. All right, you guys all sprint around the corner, just rushing away as fast as you can. Run, 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 run. And I guess you're just gonna run until you're out of breath. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't even get the box.
You did not get the box.
God damn it.
So,
What's in the box?
what's in the box? So as you guys sprint down the corridor, you catch your breath. You run as far as you can until you can run no further. And you pause and you do not hear any pursuit. As you sit there panting, doubled over, especially you, Harga, you're not used to running like this. And as the party catches their breath, barely escaping with their lives from the skeletons, we are going to end tonight's session. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for all the raids. We had like 3 or 4 raids, I think, at least.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody who gave us blesses, who gave us omens. I don't know if... I think we had some blesses earlier on by Jables. So, Ryan, if you want to just start stringing off the shout-outs.
4,
Gilda Troll,
5.
Jables, yourself,
Yep.
Ducky.
5 raids.
5 raids.
Wow.
Damn. Awesome. You guys barely made it.
Survived.
Woo! So now I'm glad you guys got a taste of how different combat is when you have, 4 hit
Without
points.
blesses?
Oh, I know. Could you imagine? Without blesses? I can't even imagine how this would have gone. You guys probably, at least one of you or 2 of you would have been dead. So, what else do we got? Shout out. So, yeah, thank you for all the follows. We surpassed our follower goal, so we will be, actually, Ryan will be getting to prep Tomb of Mercy by Source of Victory. Amazing game designer, writer, everything. What else we got? Looks like you got all the shout outs going. I guess I'll start looking at, see if there's anybody left to raid in the tabletop RPG space. Oh man, look at that. Amerison. Thanks, man. The party, I'm sure, is very grateful. So
That's
how many is that?
5 omens?
5?
Is that what that is? Is that how math works? Are they 250?
They're 250 each.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
5 omens.
Okay, so that means that one person gets 2. So Amerison, who would you like?
No,
second
it looks
one.
like I get 3, Ducky gets 1, and
Oh,
Nego
okay.
gets 1, so we're all topped up top for the.
Got
for
it,
the
got
next
it,
time.
got it. Okay, perfect. Woo! They needed it. They needed it. Okay, you guys are all topped
Jesus.
off.
So a big announcement for Monday.
Oh yeah, Theros is back, everybody. Andy has crawled his way away from the never-ending work, so he is blessing us with his presence yet again. And who's playing in that? I know we got Janelle, we got L2, Eric, Cam, right? Severus?
Mhm.
Is that it? Or no, and then of course, Ryan himself will be there. So yeah, come back Monday for some Theros. A little bit lighter of a game, so if this was a little too jarring for your emotions, then
It is
that'll
5e.
that'll
Yeah.
be a good respite from
It's the beginning of Act 2.
Act
so you can
2,
always
right.
check on our website or our YouTube. If you want to catch up, Janelle does an amazing job. I don't know if over there. She does an amazing job with the websites. I think every single episode of Act 1 has a written up recap.
yes.
Wonderfully done. And every episode of this so far has a recap that you can go check out too. So please go check out the website and check out our YouTube. I pulled up Dungeons and Dragons to browse for raids, and the ad bar across the top is a bunch of Trojan condoms, and it says, "What's in your loadout?"
Oh,
Um,
Oh
nice.
no.
Come on.
Come on. Well, we want to
Um,
look at tabletop RPGs, right? Is there anybody?
Yeah, I was looking, but again, I think all of like
They all
everyone
left.
that
They all
has more
rated
than
us, huh?
they're almost all Portuguese, and I think everyone else rated us. So like all of the top ones that have more than like one viewer, and even most of them are in Portuguese.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, there's
yeah, it's
one
pretty late
viewer
on a
at Draft and
Thursday.
Design. There's Anchor
Anybody have
Sawe
suggestions?
Games. Yeah, anybody in the chat, any suggestions? I'm looking through tabletop still, but there's really not
There's some
many.
people that we've previously rated. Bottle Cap Brigade, Dork Tales is on.
Yeah, whatever. We
Um,
can do any of those.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and raid Dorktails. They've rated us recently. Well, let's click the D&D browser real quick and see if we can find
Okay.
someone with a low count that we haven't rated before. Soft Anarchist.
Critical Role.
Yeah, let's just raid Critical Role. Are they in a rerun already?
No, they should be finishing in half an hour.
If someone's running Princes of the Apocalypse, I feel bad for them. Yeah, let's just go with Dorktail. So I'll throw I'll throw that in there. So yeah,
All
so
right.
again, so just a reminder for everyone, Jason, this wonderful person up there, all the thing
You
you see
point the right
behind
way?
him, the layout, the freaking amazing maps, all done by Jason. They're freaking gorgeous. This game is just freaking killing it. So I just want to say I really appreciate just how fucking beautiful all of this has been.
Thank you.
enhanced.
Thank
Like
you. Thank
evilness. So
Fun.
yeah. So catch us
Hard for me
on
to
Monday.
believe this. Oh, this is not 5e, Mr. Toast. This is Mork Borg. It's an OSR
Yeah,
system.
this is Mork Borg. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, not 5e.
No. Monday, make sure to catch us for the start of Meletian Mystery. Wednesday, IDM Dark Kingdoms, which is an evil campaign that everyone here except for Janelle and Ducky are a part of. So come check us out for that.
That is
I'll
it.
cue the
So
raid.
yeah, we will cue the raid up. Hang out for our thank you screen. And thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. This has been awesome. Introducing a new game to everybody. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you've had fun watching. And we'll be back here same time next Thursday. So have a great night.